No, it's once you get out there. But like my minimum with my bard is 18.
Okay.
That's assuming I roll if I roll an natural 18.
Welcome to what are we at? Episode 4.
Episode 5.
Episode 4 of Call of the Void. Right. So let's see. Last time we left off, you guys had been participating in several fun fair activities in the celebration of the 65th anniversary of King Habor, the crowning of King Habor. Let's see. What else did you do? Oh yes, you gambled a bit.
Yeah.
You cheated your way through most of the competitions.
I did not cheat.
Not proving.
Some of it was just encouragement.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Magical encouragement.
That's a
just
super
belief.
loose use of the word cheat.
Friendship is magic.
We use natural and environmental abilities to
And magical abilities.
The spell friends is magic. Yes.
Exactly. I paid off his bar tab.
Yeah.
We did a lot of good work. We made
One of his bar
I made
tabs.
generous donations to the church.
You just need to make sure you pick the right bar.
So, I did my priestly duties to the best of my ability. So, I don't know what you're talking about.
You made sure Oneo blessed her. You gave Oneo his blessing, literally. Alright.
Anyway, so let's see.
It's all no sell.
Let's see, what else did you do? You also met Morden
Yes.
at the wild at the Spike in the Line.
We networked.
Yes, you did some networking over some gambling games. So you kind of the next morning after the festival dawns bright and rather warm, actually. It's kind of shaping up, obviously, to be a warm day and rather hot day, since the sun is shining brightly and there's not a cloud in the sky. And it is the middle of summer. Unlike where we currently are, where it's freezing cold and...
Hey, it's like 33 degrees outside. It's not technically freezing.
It's like 36 degrees.
My watch says 31, so that's...
Plus that wind chill.
Oh.
Right.
That's why I was working in the office all day and I don't have to worry about it.
Right. All right. So, what did you guys want to do next?
I think we were getting ready to head into the forest for that last bounty.
Here's the woods.
Let's not kill something
Please.
for more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the option. Don't kill her and you get more money.
Yeah, but
Farouk seemed fairly convinced though that she was going to die.
yeah, it's like it might happen. Like an arrow might slip or a sword might slip.
A couple
Sometimes.
scimitars might actually chop her head off.
I do have the capacity to subdue her.
Just like an arrow to the knee.
But that capacity
God,
has
no.
to be tested. That capacity has to remain in full effect all the way back.
Wow. Oh, right, because she's got like
Maybe we could ask nicely.
magical skills.
It's just messy. It's just so
I
messy.
don't think she'll be
I
obliging.
I don't know. We have a bard. Anything can happen. We're saying second level bard.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. How far is the location? So how far is the plot? How far is the forest? That's
the just to the edge of the forest, if you're looking for, that'll be perhaps 2 days' journey. But who knows how many people have wandered the paths of the forest for eternity, never to return.
Well, I never get lost, so we'll be fine.
I got it on my phone.
Wait.
Those idiots had the wrong guide.
So I went to remove rations that we had from traveling. I'm like, wait, I don't eat.
Right.
So my rations are still there. I don't even know why I have rations.
Keeping track of rations?
Yeah, that'd be.
Okay.
But
I've never had to do that before.
Oh, no.
you have the rations.
Yeah. Why? It's like might as well. It's like we're not going to keep track of rations. So why do you have them? But no, yeah. I guess. Let's see. I went to bed before Skwisgaar. I guess I would be like tinkering with, basically tinkering, kind of like, I guess like doing maintenance essentially. And I guess I'm like, hey, what does this button do? And I untick the overclock yes no button. I'm like, yes. So I'm like, I feel warmer. This might be a bad thing.
You never know.
Yeah.
Right. So, is your intention to set out, gather your companions and set out towards the forest to seek wherever this individual has gone?
Yes.
Is and we probably would have discussed this over our prior dinner. How long are you estimating the trip is to that part of the forest where we suspect our intended bounty to be?
Well, it's going to take at least 2 days to get there, and assuming she's in the same place, maybe another 2 days to reach her.
Oh wow! So we need to really outfit for a significant trip in terms of supplies.
Well, I'm not so concerned about food. I'll always be able to find something while we're in the forest. Water's usually, we should be fine, especially if we bring Friar Beglian along.
Yes, I don't know why you would want water when there are many better things, but if that's what you wish.
Well, unless
I
you can
suppose.
create ale magically.
Not yet.
When he's able to do that, it will be the end of his campaigning. So
Yeah.
we will bid him adieu.
So Xander, never drop alchemy jug. We'll never see
Yeah.
the friar again.
That will end the friar's participation.
Why? Why are you working against me in all things?
The question is, could someone physically drink 10 gallons of ale a day? What, is that
Physically, yes.
Should they?
At least
Probably
the
not.
first day.
I mean,
Yes.
What's a
the adventures in the Trine. Before we had left last, I had mentioned I wanted to speak with the Ender daughters about some work on the church.
Yeah, they're do that. Happy to take any.
I don't want Sister knowing it was me. Just a random. I'm happy to have a random patron be thought of as the one to do this. What sort of improvements can be made with 50 gold?
Well, they can certainly hire some more help and get things going faster on the construction.
Then that's what I would like to do.
And we also were going to circle back on the nature of the investments at the bank.
Yes. So you want to go visit the banker?
Yeah, just before we're heading out of town.
I don't want to talk to the sheriff before we go. That's it.
Okay.
That's a brief one.
So, as you are kind of gathering out and you're heading out of the inn in the early morning, you are, you're all kind of get out, walk out the door, and there, in the courtyard, waiting for you, is a fellow that you've already met. With some backup, it seems. A scrawny guy, a scrawny, taller fellow with kind of some patchy facial hair. And he kind of
Was this the guy who we had turned over to the stable master to?
No. This was the guy you met last night. Gambling.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yes. Oh, right. Oh, I need to. So that's the other thing. So we quit or stopped abruptly at the end of the festival last night.
Yeah.
So at some point between them and us heading off to the town, when the majority, and I don't know who it would be, I'm going to talk to the rest of the group about what I had found and see if they could make heads or tails of this thing.
This coin.
Heads or tails. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
See what I did there.
Before we get too far, do shoes have laces in this world?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sure we'll come back to that. And it'll be something interesting. So yeah.
So who would? So the friar, which is too bad, because he probably would have a good chance of if anybody would have understanding what it is. But he was spending the evening at his temple, right?
Yeah, I was out and about.
Well, if you want to know, as you kind of all probably gathered together in the inn the next morning.
Okay, fair enough. Over breakfast.
Yeah.
'Cause I get up super early. Yeah, so I'm gonna just I'm gonna flick that coin up onto the table, let it dramatically roll and kind of spin and then settle down and just ask if anybody knows what that is.
I pick it up and look at it. This is interesting. I'm gonna check what that be.
So
Ooh, I need dice out. That would be handy.
so yeah, as I described before, it's the two sides of the coins. It's a very very just a broad caricature of a smiling face. On the other side is a frowning face. You can see there are what seem to be some small etched runes around the edge. And if you are proficient in Arcana, then that might tell you something about...
I'm not proficient, but can I roll anyways?
You really wouldn't know anything about these runes then.
Alright.
You're at the Lazy Currents?
Yeah.
I assume? Okay, I will wander in.
Yeah.
After
It's
my errands are
Draconic
finished.
Shimmy. Which is funny because I actually speak
And
Draconic. It's abyssal to me.
go to the bar and order my usual...
Morning fare.
It's not really
morning?
Draconic.
Yeah,
is
this
it?
is the first thing in the morning.
Okay, well
This
then...
is a Bloody Mary.
A double.
I'll have some breakfast ale.
Breakfast ale.
Coffee stuff.
I've got some, some like sourdough bread. That's close-ish. Got some...
I'm looking from... Come now, you know me. I'm looking for my typical liquid breakfast. But I'll take this while I wait. And as usual, the church blessing upon you. The church will take... Yeah. Okay.
Yes, of course.
And then I'll go. So, friends, what is on the agenda for today? Hopefully, nothing as violent as that last experience.
Who can say?
More of the festival, perhaps?
Well, we do have that bounty still, and from what I've heard, she's a tad bit more violent than the other one.
Which means two things. One is more reward, and two is isn't she running some sort of a distillery or an illicit still operation in the woods?
She was
So
burning
there's
things
a
down. I
chance.
remember that.
She was an arsonist, that's what I wrote down.
A distillery, you say? Well, she seems...
Some sort of still. I don't know. It's just hearsay, but
Be still.
it's worth investigating.
Most
and of course,
certainly.
we would donate all those proceeds to the temple.
What would we even do with
I
this
would be
still?
remiss in my duties if we did not look upon these vile transgressions against credulity as a still. I mean, you can't have a still that I've not been. I mean,
Glad we're on the same page.
yes.
Hey, would you mind flipping him that coin and seeing if he can make heads or tails out of it?
Yeah. Does it have heads and tails, or is
No,
it just
sorry,
heads?
that's not.
No, it
that's
has
not
a
that
smiley
kind of
face
fun.
and a frown.
Yeah.
Oh, you're actually grabbing something. I thought you were pinning my
Yeah,
pocket.
like, well,
Does it look something?
Well, I mean, it's a coin. It is definitely a coin. It has
We'll say for,
two different sides. Yeah, that works. That works as a coin.
Sure. I suppose I
I have
can.
another coin I was going to use, but that one's
Let's
better.
see if I have the spell.
Because that one actually looks
Identify?
cool.
I know it. Yeah, sure. I will.
Well, first of all, do you recognize anything about it? Like, do you recognize the inscriptions or understand the currency of where it's come or the mint? Or
What would that be? History? Yeah.
I'm proficient in Smith's tools that will know to help me with determining what it's made
That's
of.
even better. 18 on
is that
history.
history check. So as you're looking through this thing, there's nothing really from history that you know.
Do I sense any magic?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I certainly am.
All right, yeah. So you look around the on the kind of the very rim. There is some. There are some runes that.
You're not proficient. Jack of all trades.
21.
Yeah. So you're kind of looking there on the runes, and it is definitely magical in nature of some sort, and the runes seem to say something along the lines of, roughly translated, "Do you feel lucky?"
Oh my god. This is a gold mine.
Feel lucky. I will spend a moment, and in Celestial, I will say, identify.
Do clerics have identified?
Do we?
I think it's an Arcana cleric spell. But,
No.
yeah, because normally it's wizard, sorcerer,
Doesn't
bard.
stop him from saying that.
Oh, no, stop.
He just does it, and we all go, "Wow, that was cool." And
You cast,
Yeah, it's a
you cast
ruse.
light on the coin.
The most I could do is detect magic, but I already know that there's. Well, the runes roughly translated say, "Do you feel lucky?" I'm not quite sure how it works, but
It could just be a mundane coin.
and I'll flip the coin back to you.
does that mean anything to you?
I am half proficient.
You're half proficient.
Wait, what did you did? History.
Arcana, history, and Arcana.
This would just be something that maybe if you were
What would
regional
like
to
a street kid check be? As an urchin.
So at this point, you know what he's kind of been able to figure out what you'd be able to know without like an identify spell.
Okay.
Or spending longer periods of time kind of examining.
You don't have an identify spell.
I do not. Because I just.
You're not that type of bard.
I chose something else right before that one. So no.
So I have a
Can I
question,
take one?
Yes.
my good metal friend.
Yes.
Can you duplicate that? It's just the metal.
Did you tell us what it said?
If you give me the right materials, I can potentially make a mold out of it, and then getting.
What type of material is it made out of?
Yeah.
It seems to be a silvery metal. It seems to be silver.
Here's some silver
actually-
pieces.
I highly doubt it. I like to go to the barkeep and say, "Do you have any ice?" Just
Did you tell us what it said on the coin?
You're going to the barkeep?
I want to go
Yes,
to person
I feel
who
lucky.
might have ice,
Something
aka the
happens.
barkeep. Or
Yes. Yes, she has ice.
Okay, can you give me 2 cubes of ice?
Sure. Here.
Okay. Not necessarily work for me, so 2 cubes of ice, I'll walk away with them. I'm like, actually, I know this is how to test it out of game. Is I get it on the table, 2 cubes of ice. I grab one of your silver coins because we know it's silver. I grab it and I basically ask you to just very gently press the coins into the ice. And the idea, if it's really silver, it will like cut through the ice. Not like super quickly, but like significant, like potentially, like pretty quickly. It will actually cut through the ice with just the conduction of the heat from his hand. Because I don't assume I actually conduct heat that well. Or if I do, it probably too much. So, is that coin actually silver? Is what I'm trying to determine.
The 2 coins seem to behave fairly similarly.
Okay, so it is actually silver.
And I yell science.
I take the coin back. I want to answer the question. Yes, I feel lucky. Does anything happen?
No.
So can you
clever,
duplicate it?
Yeah, I think with the right.
It's worth a try.
May I see that?
So
one more
I would
time?
assume so. I would need to make a mold of it, and once I make a mold of it, I just need to buy. We just melt down silver,
I have these silver coins. You can use them.
Sure. Yeah.
How long does it take?
I would say out of my out of game knowledge of smithing, assuming how it would work here is I would need to buy this very special kind of like it's not dirt, but it's like this powder material that you then stamp together, which then makes the mold. And then I couldn't transport it. I think is kind of one of the issues. Or it would probably take me a while to essentially make the mold because I assume either need to get a metal that can malleable or
Can't we just use mud?
You could. It just
I'd like to try something.
Actually, no, you don't want to use mud because I explained this in game, but you don't want to use mud because when you're making molds with hot metal, having any amount of moisture causes an explosion.
Farouk, I'll flip you for all the gold that you possess, and I'll flip the coin.
Call it.
Heads.
Well, I don't want to do this.
It is tails, and I will pay you all the gold that I possess. 15. Is it a lucky coin?
Literally, it's just a mundane coin, and Xander's just lucky stars. That's what it is.
No, it's definitely a magical coin of some sort that seems to deal with luck of some sort, but you haven't figured out how to use it yet.
I'd love to be able to
Can I make a
duplicate
luck check?
this.
Yeah.
Any ideas on? I
Well,
figured our best chance at duplicating it was the walking fort.
No, it's
may
I'm
not
pretty
be
sure
the case.
I in game I'm pretty sure I would know how to duplicate it. Out of game I don't know exactly what materials I would need.
You don't have to.
Well, if you went to talk to the
Yeah.
blacksmith in town,
Sure, we can. Let's
He
go
would-
talk
next door?
Let's go talk to the elf.
He's right next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll go
here's
talk
the
to them.
thing though. I don't want to. We should keep this under wraps. I should tell you all, since I may have just implicated you.
now you tell us.
Details. There are some folks, particularly one skinny, patchy, bearded-faced fellow, who's quite intent to get this back. He lost it to me accidentally. I mean, he lost it to me fairly, but it was an accident that this coin was included in the pot that I raked after fleecing him in a game of cards. So he wants it back. I'd like to keep it under wraps. He's working for some fairly important people, I would imagine, who also want it back.
So
So you don't need to actually show it to the blacksmith. You just need to talk to the blacksmith about
getting the materials to make a mold
Right.
of something made of metal, specifically silver. So
Wait, did anybody get a medal from the fair yesterday?
I won.
Did you get an
won.
actual medal though?
Is it
I don't know if I got a medal.
Or is it like a
I got
blue
a
ribbon?
trophy.
Oh.
No, it's like I think it makes sense.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
let's just literally just go and be like, hey, I need materials to make a mold.
Or you could even do it there. I mean, I'm happy to entrust this coin to you
Yeah,
for
well,
Sure,
safekeeping.
and then
I'll
take it. I don't know.
discreetly you can do what you need to do. But I'm just saying be discreet because
Yeah.
we'd hate to have to muffle our friend Elf in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Can you point this person out? Would you recognize them again?
Yes, I'd recognize him. He's probably going to be waiting for me at the bank. Was kind of our plan, but I'd love to get this copy made prior to that meeting.
Yeah, so I'll head over to the smith and basically ask. I'll just be like, I'm looking to duplicate some silver, basically a silver object.
Oh,
And-
hello! You're a metal winner of the tug of war.
Yes, I am.
So-
It's rather easy. I don't know why it's a competition.
Some people think that it was in fact shall we say a cheat to have such a construct such as yourself participate.
Oh, well, no one told me otherwise.
Yes, well, no one said so beforehand, so next year there may be rules about metal people participating. This year there weren't.
I feel like
So what can we do for you today?
I'm looking to duplicate a metal object. Right? Basically, I need basically a case to make a mold in, potentially a crucible that I could take, a crucible I could potentially use that is graded for silver, and even potentially just if you have silver shavings that I could use. I'm basically looking to duplicate something that made out of silver.
Well, this certainly is equipment I have around here.
Yeah.
If you're looking to use some for the day, sure. Just so long as you're not looking to counterfeit any currency, are you?
I don't believe it's currency.
That
Sorry, are you guys with me?
Sure.
Are you guys with me with this?
I don't think we would
No.
insult you there.
Nope.
Well, I wasn't.
Oh, no.
I was finishing my breakfast, but you never leave him.
I was about to
so,
say,
yeah.
yes.
I'm
No,
like, no,
I'm
it's.
with
I'll say, yeah. I go
It's
to
a
like.
medallion.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, yeah, it's like a. Or did you? Is that what you told me? It's like a medallion. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
it's like a medallion of some sort. It could be confused for a coin, but I believe it's just medallion that my friend won in a game.
All right. Well, as long as you're not doing anything illegal, then certainly, yes, you can. If you'd like to, I don't have any work planned for that materials today. You can, if you just like to use it here in the shop, say a gold for the use of it.
Yeah, I
Did you keep any money?
Materials
I
extra.
do have money on me.
Okay.
Materials extra. If you need any,
I would have given you enough silver coins.
Yeah, how many silver coins would it cost to? I guess assuming it won't be 1-to-1 because I assume the silver coins we have aren't pure silver, or I don't even know if this is pure silver.
You also have your deputy badge.
I do have my deputy badge.
To
That's probably 10.
duplicate it, I mean, well, depending on how well you do, it's looking at it. If you did if everything went absolutely perfectly, then theoretically it looks like the same amount of metal material.
Yeah.
However, there's always a little bit of waste. So you're talking about probably at least 2 silver coins down, unless,
Yeah, I'm fine with it, and I assume he gave me that. So how many did? I guess I'll make a gold's worth of, try to make as many as possible. I assume I'm doing this for the entire day. Just make as.
I hope not, because that will delay our trip to.
However
long it takes.
I'll spend 2 gold trying to make 1. Or sorry, 2 silver trying to make 1, assuming.
all right,
spells
yeah.
or that.
So roll a smithing tools check.
11.
11. So you make the thing. It's you kind of are able to do the stamping properly. Your first one just kind of fails completely, but you're able to get it on the second try with a total of 3 silver spent.
Okay, I'll take silver. 2. All right.
And how long did that take him?
That would have taken most of the morning.
Okay.
So we could have spent the time getting whatever supplies we need.
Yeah.
That's not smart. Sorry, I'm doing D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond does not convert gold to silver when you reduce the.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so makes sense, but yeah. So.
How much do rations cost?
If you're looking for a good deal on simple supplies, you can try Guilford's Trading Emporium. Guilford, Mr. Guilford tends to be a straight shooter.
All right.
We're also going to the forest. I could just hunt for something. We'll just cook that night.
Okay. That works.
Nothing's better than fresh meat.
Where would I go for healing potions or very basic enchanted scrolls?
Well, you do in fact know that Babbage's Traveling Treasures is in town.
Yes, we
And
do.
he certainly seemed to be the type that could provide that.
However, I feel a little leery myself about going back to Babbage's. I'd rather not press my luck.
Okay, that's... See, if you're looking for other types of potions, it's possible that the rose and its thorns might have what you're looking for.
Okay, I'll go down to the rose and its thorns to check it out.
There is no permanent shop that would be able to provide you with spell scrolls.
Mainly looking for healing potions would be a prominent
Yes, then definitely the Rose and Its Thorns.
That's where I'll go. I might be able to help if you're concerned for your safeties. Just give me a bit of time, and I'll tell you where I'm going. The hospital, the Rose and Its Thorns, may be able to help out with some of those things.
I want to hand some more arrows, just in case. 23 does not feel like enough.
So when he comes back with the coins,
I have like one that's like super tarnished
Yeah.
and one that's like I guess passable.
so I'll repay him for the. In fact, I'll give you. How much did you spend?
3 silver pieces.
And how much for the rent?
1 gold.
Okay, so I'll just give him 2 gold. And then how I compare the two together, the original and the forgery. How similar are they?
Looking at the comparison, you can tell which one's which with both of them together.
Right.
If you're just looking at the forgery, unless you feel like unless you are pretty familiar with the original coin, you probably wouldn't know.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. So if we're all kind of gonna go do our stuff, I'm gonna mention that I'm gonna go to the bank.
Okay.
Where I'll probably will end up meeting this fellow.
Okay.
But on the way to the bank, I'm going to visit the tobacconist and replenish my supply of pipe tobacco, and then make sure I have some coffee for the trip, and then just prepare my pack. And,
Yeah, that'd be better with the
everything.
general store.
I'll rely on
Did you take both of the coins from me, or did you just take the fake one?
No, I took both of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
I mean, I think they're both fake.
I will remove them from my inventory.
And then Illian, I'll rely on to provide us good food.
Is the sheriff near the bank? Can't remember.
Yeah, pretty close.
Okay. Then I'll
A couple doors down.
Perfect. We can go
Right.
together. Yeah.
So yeah, as you are approaching the bank, you do see the fellow
Oh, okay.
is there with what appears to be some backup.
Okay.
He brought friends.
How many?
3.
Okay.
So there are 4 in total.
You can take them.
He brought 3 friends. There are 4 of them in total.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of, as you approach, he's like, "You lied to me, didn't you?
About what, my friend?
You said that you put the coin in the bank.
I did.
Only problem is, that late after we had played, the bank wasn't open."
Oh, my friend, you're mistaken. You forget our heroic status in town. We just saved the town from burning. We were employed by the sheriff. I mean, literally deputized. We went out and took a band. So all of the services have been available to us in this town. If you like, I'll go get the coin right now, as per our arrangement, my friend.
Yeah, do that.
Okay, I'll be right back.
I put my badge on.
Okay, so I will puff on my pipe filled with newly acquired tobacco, which I'm assuming costs some amount of money.
4 silver.
Okay.
Yeah. But like cotton cigarettes cost a fair amount of money. You buy one every day.
Yeah.
So
And he comes into the bank with you. He's not letting you out of his sight.
Sure.
He does not trust you.
Yeah.
Why is that?
So when we get to the counter, when the banker, I was under the impression it all worked kind of like a safety deposit box, where you where your stuff is in a box, or is it communally funded?
It's more of a communally funded thing, unless you specifically. They do have safety deposit box available.
Okay.
But
They
no,
have a Word document up that says, okay, you have this much money in the bank, and they just go grab that much.
Well, I mean that's the question, right?
they have a ledger,
Yeah.
a well protected ledger,
Very well protected.
both mundane and magically protected ledger.
Okay. So I'm going to. So as we approach the door, and is there a line, or is it just?
It's this early in the morning. There's one other person who seems to be finishing up their business, and then they can leave. So.
Okay. So when it's my turn, I just tell him. I say, "Wait here, and I'll conduct my business and be right back."
Okay.
And so then I'll walk up to the counter.
Hello. What can I do for you today? You're back again so soon.
I am. And is he in a position where he can hear what we're saying, or is it far enough away where if we speak in softer tones?
So the guy is not like right on your shoulder. He's across the room watching you. So if you kept your your voice down.
Yep. So I'm gonna explain that I have a deposit to make into my account. But I would very much like a box for that, so if he could bring me the box with my initial deposit, which was 62 gold pieces, then I'll make another deposit in that box.
All right, very well. Let's see, just one moment. Right. Be right back. Hops down from his little step stool, runs into the back. Ding, ding, ding. Would you care for a private viewing space for your box?
Oh no, I'm fine.
All right.
Thank you.
Comes out. He's got a metal box. Kind of comes up to the counter.
Okay.
Hey, you are?
Yep. And I'll. I'm assuming it now has my 62 gold pieces in it.
Yeah.
For my initial deposit. Okay. So I'm gonna reach in, and of course I'll be palming the real coin. And deposit that in with another. I'm going to deposit 30 gold, so it'll be 92 total, and that leaves me with 12. And then I'll in the other pocket that has the forgery. For all intents and purposes, it's a pantomime because you can't see in detail. I'll act like I'm pulling that out.
Yeah.
Okay. And lock up the box and.
Right, so you're putting the real coin in the lockbox?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Right. So, yeah, and he's like, and so, you conclude your business, turn around, it's like, well?
And I show him the coin and put it in my pocket and say, so what was our arrangement for this coin? I mean, you said it had value to you, right? We just didn't discuss what that was.
You should think about, I give you a gold, and we'll call that good.
A gold.
That's like 10 times the value. What a steal.
A gold. Tell you what. You keep your gold. I'll give you the coin, and you remember my goodwill. And if I need something, I can trust I can come call on you.
Perhaps ask.
All right, I'll keep that in mind.
What does it do?
Oh, we've already had that discussion.
Okay.
So you give him the fake coin?
Yep.
He takes it, gives it a quick glance, throws it in his pocket. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You've been a decent fellow about this.
I appreciate it.
And he and his fellows leave.
Okay. I'm gonna go back in and after he leaves and goes down the street, I'm gonna go back and say, hey, I forgot something in that box. Could I have it again real quick?
All right. It's still right here. I wasn't quite done putting it away yet.
Okay, I'm gonna retrieve the real coin from the box.
Okay.
This thing is gonna be like, oh, this person needs this coin to survive. They're gonna die. Like this is gonna spiral, just so out of control, so fast. I just look at Xander's face. They're just like, oh, you guys fucked up.
But don't worry, Shoeaces exists, so
I don't understand.
plans.
I have an inkling when I know where it's going.
I think you do.
That's a good way of avoiding not having to beat them up.
He could have taken him. He's a level 3 fighter.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
Says the
Level 3 now.
Says the person who is like, hey, we could get more money if the person's back alive.
Yeah, but how much money did I stand to gain from killing him?
True.
however much
He's a
money
mercenary.
You're a lover, not a fighter. You just really love money.
He's a loving mercenary fighter.
The Rose and Its Thorns.
Yes.
I will go there first. I would like to check on
Welcome,
the
Friar.
children and see that they're in high spirits.
Yes, the children are doing well. We don't have many. Thankfully, there are not many cases now. With the retrieval of the medicine, the children that were doing poorly are doing much better now.
Blessings and praise. Blessings and praise. I must say that my visit is not purely altruistic. I've come to ask a favor. And as with all things, you would be helping the church immensely.
What favor is that? Pray tell.
The need has arisen for me to acquire a few tonics of healing, potions of healing, if you have them. I would not want to put you out of your ability to provide care in this wonderful, and I'll roll my eyes, town. But just if you could spare a few, 4, 5.
Currently, I do have 3 potions available for sale.
For sale.
Yes.
Might we come to an arrangement? I fully intend the church will reimburse you. I can say that. I speak for Anaya's good graces. I would not be able to pay you now.
They are not small items. You understand?
It's
a significant amount of money that went into the creation of these
I do
items.
I do. Unfortunately, I cannot go to my parishioners and ask for much more than I already have. And I will shake my alms box. But this is all that I can give.
Perhaps I do have something that I can get you. I can help with in this regard. She turns behind, pulls out, sets on the counter a kind of a box, a small wooden chest of drawers, and kind of folds it open. Something actually kind of like this, except deeper, and seems to like put it in a drawer and pulls out some dried leaves. And it's like, these are I grew these leaves myself. They are quite good leaves. If you brew them into a tea, they have some restorative powers. Certainly not, shall we say, as they do not work nearly as fast as perhaps the actual potion of healing I have. However, if you were to, use them as you were, say, if you had, if you were to come to harm, but then took a while to, catch your breath and just sit and rest for a while and drank this while you rested, that would provide the same benefits.
It certainly
just
would
over a
be
longer
helpful.
time frame.
However,
Hello. Evening.
How's it going?
Cold out there, isn't it? A little bit. Oh, I see too.
Yes, in game terms, they would work as a healing potion that could only be used during a long rest, or sorry, a short rest.
This is certainly most helpful. However, are you sure there's perhaps I can offer my services in capacity as a healer for the day in exchange for the potions? Is there
well,
would I be able to alleviate the symptoms, if not cure outright, the mist madness using lesser restoration?
you probably would have tried that.
Yeah. Thought so.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that there are not only cases of mist madness in the hospital. There are other illnesses beset that would be perhaps.
I have questions about the Mist Madness.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
I also would like to know if the dear nurse has learned anything new about the Mist Madness. Anything that might be helpful. Any preventive measures that could be taken to keep me from getting. Prevent one from getting sick.
Well, no, we still don't know what causes it. It just seems to take people. But once the symptoms start showing, the medicine that we have, certainly seems to stop its progression.
And what medicines are you using? The ones that we retrieved. But what are they comprised of?
Well, they are sort of comprised of some. Unfortunately, they are comprised of some herbs that are not local.
So these herbs that you're offering will not help in that matter.
No, these are
But
different
they
herbs.
would be restorative in nature. I certainly understand.
I'm certainly trying to grow some of those herbs here, but they require very. In fact, they grow in swamps, and so it's very difficult to keep the growth wet enough to accommodate this particular type of moss that is used in these in the medicines.
Grows in the swamps. It's a moss. Perhaps I can look into this. I will take the herbs for now. Just out of curiosity, how much per healing potion are you talking?
50 gold.
So, that is. I will graciously accept the herbs, and I would like to make note of where she stores that box with the potions and whatnot.
So she didn't retrieve any a box. It was just a box of herbs that she retrieved. You don't know where she keeps the potions themselves.
I will spend some day ministering to the sick, looking for where they might store their potions. You're twisting my hand here.
Question on the Mist Madness.
Right,
Is it called the Mist Madness because of like a fog that people went through and came out of and got sick, or
No. It is a Mist Madness because the vision, often in later stages, it is described as the people seeing a mist, and then some visions in the mists, and then they kind of go crazy.
okay, just making sure.
And some have even been known to walk out of town in a fugue state, never to be seen again.
I'm just gonna take off my sheriff badge, put it in my pocket, and then or deputy badge, and then go see the sheriff.
Okay.
Like frowned upon.
In my wandering, do I find the location of said healing potions?
I'll get back to you on that.
Yes.
Alright. So, you're here. Yeah, what can I do for you?
So we're gonna go take a crack at Firestarter.
Yeah.
But any advice or like shackles that you might have for the winding?
Sure, if you want to borrow a pair of, let's see, these regular handcuffs, they probably wouldn't cut it. Would you want this pair of, let's see, do I, let me check, see if we can get you a pair of cuffs specifically made to hold magical people.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Alright, let me check. Actually, Deputy Grimes, the other deputy, kind of the shorter one, comes over like, yeah, what do you want? Yeah, okay, can you check it back? Get some pair of the mage cuffs for them. They're gonna go after they're gonna go after Ember.
Do the mage cuffs? I'm assuming it's hands, but also mouth. Or
So when he comes out, he comes back with a an intricate and interesting set of manacles that bind the wrist, and also have, it's almost like a pair of gauntlets almost that just the fingers don't bend.
Chinese finger cuffs.
So when they are cuffed, the fingers are separated from each other, and cannot move.
Okay.
Theoretically.
Sure.
And a gag ball.
Awesome. Thanks. Appreciate it. Has anybody gone after this one before?
Let's see. No, not to my knowledge.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, this is
No one came in and said, "Hey, I'm going after her," and then it's quite possible that.
Yeah. Well, no. These mage casts will be quite useful. I'll make sure you get them back and probably occupied.
Right. That would be nice. That would be nice.
I mean, that's the plan anyway. All right. I'm good.
So yes, she seems to keep her more high dollar items or high gold items or high solar items in a locked back room.
Okay, I'm going to find a gentleman who has been afflicted by some simple wound, a broken arm or a broken leg, and I will cast Lesser Restoration on him to heal him. I will spend some time.
So this place does not actually have lots of. It's not a hospital.
I thought it was a hospital.
No, it's not a hospital. Oh. It's more of a more of. I don't know how to describe it. Kind of the more. No. It's more of a pharmacy, honestly. So people don't go there and stay there. People might go there, say, "Hey, can you help?" and then go, and then she might visit other people. She definitely makes house calls.
But you could intercept somebody coming in there potentially that has an ailment, right? Because that's where they're going to get medicine.
Yeah. I would help in any means that I can. Well, fine. Does she have a ledger or some kind of schedule for when she's intends to be making her next house call?
Not like written down, but I mean, she's if you ask her, she'll say, "Yeah, I'm going about some rounds later this evening. After I tend to my garden."
Your garden. Would you care for some company or some help when you go on your rounds?
No, I don't think that would be necessary. Thank you.
Are you sure?
I suppose if you really wish to come along.
Yeah, Sister Olsen is pestering me to help the masses more and more.
Very well.
What time shall I meet you?
Well, I'll be going around my rounds. Say 3 o'clock.
Okay. Would I know? Does she usually lock up her store lock up shop when she goes around?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I will see you here around 3 o'clock.
All right then.
All right, and I will head back and find Farouk.
All right. So, apart from robbing the pharmacist, what else do you know?
Farouk, we will need some healing dress, and while I can do some limited things through Anaya's blessings, we're going to need such healing dress. The nurse from Rose of the Bones will be out of the office, and I will be accompanying her. Would you kindly stop by and see about procuring those potions for the group?
Oh.
I've
We
given
just
you a
saved
coin.
this town.
I've given you. I've given you the coin that I can provide. Perhaps the others can chip in some.
The group still has a couple healing potions that were in the loot.
I didn't personally.
I'm not going to tell you that they're closed or that it's locked.
Who's got
I'm
them?
implying.
Yeah, who picked
there
up
may
those?
be.
There were 2 of them.
Up.
David, did you pick up the healing potions?
Did I? No, I have a potion, but it's not a healing potion. I have a liquid.
Because there were 2 in the loot we picked up from.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
were 2 of them gosh, games are collapsing now.
That's
two of
fine,
them
you
not
know.
healing potions, and one of them was a healing potion.
No, that was a different game.
that-
That's a different game.
That was
Oh, sorry, okay.
that was what I ran last week.
Yes.
Gotcha.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
So I have
Alright.
I think we both have a poison disguised as healing.
Yes.
That's gonna be so much fun. My bard got one recently too, so yeah.
Okay. How many healing potions did we pick up?
There were two of them.
Oh, okay.
I thought we used them because several of you went down several times and I was out of spells.
I'll tell you.
Well, you got them after the encounter.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess decide now.
I'll have them.
Ranger takes it.
Sure.
So my good friend Friar. First of all, your skills and value to our band of liberators, our band of freedom fighters, our band of endorsed vigilantes, if you will.
Such a strong word, but yes.
Your value as demonstrated in our last encounter is imperative and tantamount and perfect, and we need that. What you're asking me to do, though, may be outside of my range of skills. I'm a mercenary fighter. I'm not one that can go pick locks or be sneaky or do the kind of things that we might need to do to.
I am a bit confused. All I'm asking you to do is to go procure some
Borrow, maybe, yeah.
Why doesn't it only list
perhaps.
being greater in D&D Beyond?
It's dumb. You have to go into like other.
Well, you do what you feel
It's
there.
not-
You just.
it's just annoying to
Nick,
have to try to
It's
find.
not, I'm not insisting.
Yeah.
It's
And
a subtle
I
recommendation.
believe this is yours, and he gives you back the 15 gold pieces or whatever that you
Yeah,
you
it
did
was
in
14.
the, or 14, whatever that was.
Okay.
We want
I'm
to make
still
sure
doing
this
some
is
Kit,
to
it's
the
only
house. Yeah.
ACC.
rounds. Maybe that.
I'm going to, in our last amount of downtime before we head out to the woods, I'm going to uncork
So
my
it's
green
not
vial
potions,
that I got
it's
from
not
the Babbage and company.
But it's not under
And I'm going to
potions, which
just
doesn't make sense.
very
It's
lightly
not
coat
categorized under
the leading edges of, I'm going to try one of my scimitars first. Make sure that there aren't adverse effects, at least to the what would look like compromising the metal. And once I'm assured that doesn't, then I'll do the other one and then allow it to dry.
Oh, yeah,
Put
no.
it back into my skins.
Okay.
You.
No idea what it's going to do, but we'll see.
Oops. I do have
Okay, he's got it.
powder. I
He's
have a
got
powder of the powder that I got from Babbage and 2 healing potions. However,
No, we didn't get that from Babbage. We got the
No,
powder
no,
from.
From there as well.
The
powder was in the loot as well.
It was in the
The
loot.
Babbage just helped you identify it.
Yeah.
okay. Got it. But we're going to need more than 2 healing potions. I would think.
you have like 6 spell slots? You're fine. We're fine.
Got Song of Rest now.
Mm-hmm.
And those leaves.
Yes.
But Ranger should have spellcasting now. Of healing.
All right. I'm still going to.
Who knows?
Are we ready to go?
Right.
I'm going to help the sister
Yeah.
though.
Hey, yeah, after that.
Yeah, it would be the next day when we leave. Is that what we're
Well, we
planning
were
on?
going to leave this afternoon.
Might as well go. We can camp in the forest on the way.
Okay.
Hey, Farouk, check it out. I show him my magic cuffs.
Oh,
We might not have to kill her.
we'll see.
What? I'm just saying.
I hope not. I hope you're right.
This is about as optimistic as you've been.
It's just I have some experience in this, and the leaving liabilities around never tends
Sure,
to work
sure.
out in your favor.
Mm-hmm. So as you you're preparing to leave, and you kind of probably gather back in the tavern for a little bit. The tavern keep, the barkeep, she actually comes up and she's like, while you were, how was her voice? It was kind of
Oh, hello there, decent Jerry's.
no, it wasn't that.
That's Irish.
Yeah, it was. While you were away, someone came and was looking for you and left a message.
Oh no!
Yeah. So you take the message. It's an unmarked, sealed, unmarked envelope.
Okay.
If you open it up.
Yeah, I'll study it and see if there are any marks outside.
Is it
Yeah.
enjoy this anthrax?
No, it could be from Morden. You never know, right?
Yeah. It's a plain,
Okay.
unremarkable white envelope. You open it up, and it just simply says, I asked around about you, and you seem to have a useful skill set. If you ever are in need of work, come find me.
Okay, perfect. I figured it was from Morden.
Yep.
Yeah. Criminal contact.
I need some grapes.
Oh, hurry up! Have the rest.
You're a little late.
Get him on the ground.
All right, so we hit it.
Yes.
We kind of need to get out of town.
What? Why is that? I thought we were doing everything we're doing is fine, perfectly legal.
What did you do that makes us need to get out of town?
I have cabin fever.
When I said everything was fine, you interpreted that second part.
Right. So you start heading off
On horseback.
on horseback.
Or ass back.
I'm fine. I had a pony. I had the pony.
Oh, you had the
Yeah, you had the pony.
Oh,
You had
you
the
had
The
a
human was riding the pony. The halfling was riding the full size horse.
the Clydesdale.
Fine with the pony.
Hey, it's big enough for me to
you know,
lay back and go to sleep.
You should totally get a Friar Beglian mini, but he has this. Yeah, you put a pony and it's full size human on it.
So they did at the Hero Forge have the option to put him on a mount.
Yeah.
Which was cool. But
Who? What's the name of the patron of the wild? Of the Rose and the Thorns? Just so I know for real.
Rose and her thorns. Her name is, if I go find it, Lashana.
Lashana Melian.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's an herbalist and apothecary is her shop. It's not actually a hospital or.
I misunderstood. That's okay.
What are the same?
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Right. So you begin embarking out on your journey. Heading that direction, you you cross the railroad tracks and start following them a little ways because the railroad actually goes a ways towards the northernmost tip of the forest. Where you suspect that where you'd be aware that from what you've heard, this individual may be hiding would be a little bit farther south than that. So after going west a little ways, you spend the rest of the day traveling, heading mainly west, maybe a little bit south, cutting off across the plains a ways until the sun starts to descend and night falls. As you set up camp, who will take the first watch?
who will provide the dinner?
I am. So I'll go find dinner.
Yeah, I'll take the first watch.
Also, the Warforged has a lot of trail rations he's not using.
I do. I'm back up. I'm not. I guess I'm a dehydrator.
Ooh.
This is jerky. I assume all I have is jerky.
Right. So you have the Outlander feature.
Yeah, I'm an outlander.
Outlander.
Hey, sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Open up the snack pack.
So I'm just gonna go find
So there's
some
like 10 days worth of rations.
Yeah, so you
at the
spend
snack pack.
about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, kind of hunting around, and you're able to scrape together a pair of rabbits that will serve nicely for a stew.
Alright. Right.
I don't know who actually knows how to cook here, but yeah, it's you
You just throw it on the fire, right? And
Pretty much.
And once it turns, if it's charred black and crusty, then it's good, right?
I have
That's
burning
too
hands.
far. Can you temperature control that?
Yeah, hi.
Probably not.
Mhm.
I'll just stick it in a little pot.
You're-
I have a little bit of seasonings I can dump in there too.
Right. Yes. So, yeah, the warm. It's kind of a relief as the sun goes down because it's been a warm day, and it's fairly still night. It's still kind of. It's still warmer than you might like, as the moon rises and the stars start to just kind of appear overhead. And out this direction, you're kind of fairly alone in just a vast sea of grassland. In every direction, as far as you can see, is the sea of grass.
Sea of grasses.
Yes.
I see.
It's very for one who grew up in the confines of the capital. It's a little, perhaps a little unnerving. If you feel like that would be unnerving. If you know, some
I'm
crickets
tired if you guys stop
seem to be chirping.
After the rabbit has been consumed and the rations are
I assume I'm just sitting there watching you guys
uncorked
eat.
the partially drink bottle of whiskey that I had purchased at the tavern and pass it first to our friar friend here and pull out
Are
the
you sure you want to pass it first to the front?
after I've had my swig and
Oh, after you've had your sweet, you don't care.
and I will have packed the pipe and enjoy a nice smoke as the
You're passing it to me, though?
as the sun sets and
Are you rolling a will save?
the air cools.
I'll drink half of it. Half of whatever's remaining. I'll drink half. Just to-
Okay, make a Constitution save.
Oh no.
As there's a fair amount.
Yes.
It's like
Did you roll a 1?
Yeah,
No, 12.
12? You at this point you are quite tipsy. Very quickly after you're finished drinking
I'm
this,
going to
you are-
grab the bottle, wipe it off a little bit.
Thank you. You're a good one. And
Quick
I'll probably
sip.
pass out quickly.
Pass it.
Yeah, I'll take
You're
it.
old enough for this, right?
Barely.
barely. Everyone's old enough.
I take a sip and try to be cool about it, but it hurts.
I can see you trying not to
No, I will
cough.
pull out a bottle of wine-ish,
Ish.
take a swig, and I'll pass it to you. It's very watered down. It's
Perfect.
more water than... and it's the holy symbols of the church on the bottom.
If he's paying close attention, he'll notice I don't take a swig. But if he's not, then I fiddle with it enough to before I pass it on and never touch the stuff.
It was wine. At some
Never
point.
touch wine.
Did
Just
you
massive
steal this
grape.
from the church?
No. Not recently. I replaced it.
I don't feel good drinking this. Here you go.
It's a blessing.
Let's see.
It's good for you. And
I take a pretend sip. 15.
Church wine's not terrible.
no, it's sacramental wine.
He stole it from the church
True.
I replaced it.
And as we're drinking and smoking and passing bottles, I just
Yeah.
ask.
You guys,
I'm gonna get my fiddle out and
ask
start
our friend
playing.
Skwisgaar, I say, so, where'd you come from? I don't remember you saying.
Oh, it's I grew up in the capital. It's playing a little fiddling with my lute.
What's that?
I'm fiddling with my lute.
Oh, that's
As
not a
I
euphemism,
loop
right?
my fiddle.
Oh no, not. I mean, not. Yeah. Oh god, not that kind of elf.
Yeah. What did you do in the capital?
I don't want to know what that kind of elf is.
I will also not sip from the sacramental wine. I'll just wait. Pass it around and wait for the rest.
Yeah, it
of the
doesn't
whiskey.
go down, right?
Maybe-
I fiddle,
maybe someone-
she passes, he fake drinks. You know,
Maybe you don't
it's a
have to-
miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, I survived. Like, parents died young, and I moved around. Was in and out of homes, and I survived. And I met Shard, and the first thing that didn't try to hurt me or take advantage of me or exploit me, and that's what I did. And then when I had a chance to get out, I got out.
Char's got a heart of bronze.
It's a
Yes. Yes. I don't know if it's gold or not. I don't know how it works.
You mean the Tin Man's looking for a heart?
Oh my god. I think I'm more looking for a brain based off my wisdom score of 6.
Or a new eye.
That
New
too.
optical sensors.
Yeah, it's new.
Where'd you learn to play your fine instrument?
So
The School of Hard Knocks.
yeah, I found one on the street one day and just kind of made a go of it, self-taught. It's part of how I got by to eat. You know, I'd play songs, and you know, people would throw me some copper, and that got me bread and cheese, and you know.
I'm quite aware that necessity breeds innovation.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, just try to make my best of it, you know, and try not to not die. And it turns out I got pretty good at that part.
I pull out my fiddle. Do you know Cat on the Roof?
Yes.
Want to play?
In game.
I made that up.
Oh, good. I was like, I don't know if this is a real song.
It sounded like a real song.
Oh, yeah.
This
I was
is a
like,
real
But
song.
now you have bread and rabbit and wine.
Hey, I take a big sip. Yeah.
It's mostly water.
Yeah. What about yourself? What? How did you get to the fighty stabby shit?
Well, ironically, we share a similar past, and as I mentioned, you know, necessity breeds innovation and creative skills, and so similarly, I learned what I needed to survive, and I quickly found that you could make good money collecting bounties and working for people. So I joined a group of mercenaries, and they were kind enough to take a young, wet behind the ears kid and teach him a thing or two about swordsmanship and negotiation and figuring out how to survive. And similarly, I've sought most importantly to not die.
Wow, Rise's lives are so sad.
You have like the one non-credit.
I'm just looking for adventure because everybody else ignores me at home. I just want to.
There's always one person that's just, my backstory is fine. Everyone else, my entire family died and I watched them bleed out.
I mean, it's plausible that if your parents die, you don't have to figure out who they are. So
Adventurers tend not to come from good homes.
That's
It's a
My
known
parents are alive and well.
Yeah.
They're just not nice people.
Parents can be overrated. They expect a lot. It's just always, you should do this. You should do that. And no, she's a hag too. But no.
Have we met the sister? Have any of us met the sister?
No.
Okay, you've
I mean,
met the sister.
technically, I've
Yeah.
met her.
I assume
You probably met her
No,
ruler
no.
on
She's
the
a
back
very
of your
nice
hand.
My mother, she was so proud when I joined the church. She expected me to do great things, and my father, you know, Gregor, and my brother and my sister, they all said, "Oh, you're gonna make us look great. You're gonna do this," and I'm gonna pass out right there.
the entire bottle of wine spills
Do
on
I
him.
know if he's from Haven? Or did he move here?
You've been around long enough that you remember that he moved there.
I was sent there.
As you're kind of, hanging around, chatting, you hear...
Not being quiet at all, playing
Yeah.
instruments.
Yeah. But then after a while, you kind of pause for instrument and just kind of hear, seems to be a bit of a rumble. And it's almost as much as you feel it,
Oh
as
no.
much as
Nature
you
check?
hear it.
So, do we need to roll a nature check or do we need to roll initiative?
Well, no. As you're listening to this, it seems to grow louder and louder, and then you're kind of sitting a little bit on a bit of a rise, and you look it out, and it's just a far ways away. It's almost as if it's dark, but you can see shapes moving that seem to come around a bend, and they're heading northwards, not towards you.
Is
But
it
it's
like
just-
a herd of buffalo or something
It's
like
just, a few shapes, but it's just, as you're watching, it just seems to grow into this massive, almost like a black cloud on the prairie. Except, almost like, as you watch, it seems to just grow into what would be a massive flock of birds, except they're not birds. They are large beasts that seem to be roaming over the plain.
Illian.
that? Being proficient in nature, would I know what type of
What are
animals we
those?
wander at night?
It's dark. I don't really know.
How do you actually spell this?
I'm behind Shark.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, well, yeah, I'm curious what beast travels, what large group of beasts travels at night? I can't think of one out of game. Outside of bats.
How are you proficient?
Don't worry about it!
You lived in the city.
You don't know my backstory!
He's into landscape painting.
That would actually get, that's a really cool
Happy
character
little
idea.
tree.
No, you play Kinsai Monk and you're proficient in like history, nature, like all this like weird stuff. Like, why? It's like, I need reference material. Like, I studied the human body in order, like medicine. I studied the human body in order to accurately draw like muscle fibers and stuff like that. It's like, oh, that's a. I want to make this character now.
But actually, yeah, you know they are actually. Well, you've heard of this thing, and actually seen them, and what you imagine they are rocks.
Rocks.
Oh.
It's just rocks. They don't hurt us.
They
Unless you
They're like
injure
cows,
them and
right?
they stampede you. Yes.
are
Just bigger.
they're the D&D equivalent of buffaloes.
Okay.
Actually, based off of prehistoric cows, but
Yeah.
yes. And this thing is just there are just like there's just a massive herd that just moves across the plains. Sometimes late at night, even.
Interesting. The more you know.
You can hunt them.
Well, most
safely.
most herd animals, if it's a full moon, they will prefer, and they can see, they will prefer to feed at night and then sleep during the day.
Is it a full moon?
It's pretty close.
Okay. Let's say if it wasn't full moon, then that's suspicious.
That's why when you go elk hunting and it's been a full moon, it's terrible. You want a dark moon, so that because then they don't eat at night and they get hungry and they eat during the day.
Nice.
Hmm.
The more you know.
So yes, you wake up the next morning,
Long rested. Alright.
heading off.
All right,
To
let's
the
do it.
plot.
Does someone have a hangover?
Does the friar have a hangover?
He's a very experienced drinker. He probably does not have much of a hangover if he has one.
Is there any wine left or whiskey?
There's quite
Yeah,
a bit of
there's
wine.
I'll-
Actually, no.
There's
He
not much-
passed
there wasn't
out
much wine to begin
with my wisdom of 6. Would I have potentially have noticed that no one was drinking the wine, or every single time it got passed to me, it was always the same weight?
Were people even passing it to you?
I don't know. I would assume if sitting in a circle, they would have to in order to like go across.
I'm sure I would have at one point looked up the rotation and passed it.
Anti-clockwise.
He did spill. It's partially empty because he did spill it when he passed out.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If he did, I would have pulled it out. I'm like, oh yeah, look, you drank so much wine last night. Yay!
Mm-hmm. But anyway, you continue on through that day. Let's see, it's 2 days. Yeah. Through that day, it's a warm day again. There is like a cloud or two in the sky though today. It's slightly cooler than it was yesterday, but still uncomfortably warm. Your day passes by without really much incident. And then towards the end of that day, you find yourselves kind of getting closer and closer to a line of trees, a dark line of trees that stretches far to the south and a little ways to the north.
Alright. It's about time we reached the forest. It's been a while since I've been here.
Yes, it's greener than I would remember. Forest, not just this forest specifically.
Right.
I don't think I've even with backstory. I don't think I've been remotely in this area.
No.
Yeah.
No. Not remotely. Yeah. So you probably spend the evening. You probably get there pretty close to late at night, and it's nice to kind of spend the evening and the night kind of up against the tree, the edge of the forest, but not quite in the trees yet.
Did she provide us a good dinner again?
Of course, I went hunting again. And since the forest is my favorite terrain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as you go hunting, you in fact find some squirrels. Some squirrels that make for some good hunting.
Squirrels are very tasty.
It is true.
So, yeah, it's
So we'll spend the evening similarly, I guess. And
Same,
Yeah.
I would like to discuss our plans. So tomorrow we expect to be close to our target's lair.
Yes, I'll start hunting for tracks. People leave behind a trail more often than they like to think. And so it's very easy to tell when a human or someone similar has gone by.
And we should we continue on horseback, or should we tether our horses around and go on foot? What do you think?
I'll pick up the trees.
There's enough space for horses.
We could bring our horses. It's unlikely we'll find something too dense. If we get to that
I was just
point,
thinking of alerting them.
as long as we're not riding and we lead them, we should be fine.
Yeah. So next morning, you venture off into the trees. So I imagine you are leading the way.
I'm going to be a little bit ahead, like kind of doing a circular path,
Mm-hmm.
zigzagging back and forth so I can cover more ground that way. And just looking for any trails or broken branches that suggest it wasn't an animal.
Okay.
Things like
Yeah.
that.
As you continue on, go ahead and make a survival check.
That's a 17. Let me see if I get add anything else to that. 17. Is this, and while tracking creatures, you learn the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area applied to humanoids?
No.
Alright, 17.
So, with that, you do find evidence of a herd of deer passing through, and that you'd say it'd be about 5 of them.
Okay. I'm going to note the direction they went. So maybe grab some pelts on the way back later, or for dinner.
Also, as you are, let's see, how quickly can I actually pull this up? Come on, work with me, Doc. Oh, it's still loading.
Random counters. 5 Tarasques. What? 5 Tarasques?
Yeah, I've never seen these before. Run.
I don't think we have the speed to kite the Tarasques, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah. You gotta get a speed 50, then you're good.
A 50?
Tarrasque only has a speed of 40.
So if we ride the horses, we could be able to.
I guess. I don't know.
Pretty sure pony only has a speed of 40.
Yeah, I think a riding horse only has a speed of 40. Or giraffe. I don't know if we have giraffe.
A pony's just a small horse.
You also find some juniper berries.
Ooh, I got a couple of those. Pop them in my mouth. Juniper berries are. Oh, juniper berries make gin all fine.
Gin.
Not gin.
Mouth gen. Just crush a berry, just kind of stick it in your gum, give it a while.
Also, prepare. If you know this, an herbalist is probably preparing these right would be able to give you a small health boost. Health benefits.
I pop a couple into my mouth and I store them later.
Okay. Right. So as you continue on, you're kind of making your way southwards through the forest. When you come across a sign of a tree that looks like it has in fact been singed quite severely.
Well, that's not normal.
But that was a landmark, right? Wasn't there a tree that we were supposed to use for direction?
That was for the bandits.
Yeah.
I'm here because I wrote that down.
But is there any other does it look like a natural fire?
No, it looks kind of like a splash of flames kind of hit the side of the tree and kind of went up, heavily singeing one side of the tree while leaving the other side fairly untouched.
Well,
the ground around it is somewhat singed, but not severely, not enough to make you think that there was a wildfire here or a natural fire here.
so I'm gonna check the surrounding area for some tracks or broken leaves and hopefully see which direction they went.
Yeah. So there's some slight. It seems to be a little bit older, but you get the impression that there are some odd tracks heading towards the south, just a little patchy. You see a little bit more, and then it seems to kind of fade away at the moment. Yeah.
I'm gonna go that way, and I'm gonna tell the group I'm gonna pull up ahead a little bit further ahead of you guys, and I'm gonna stealth while I'm doing this. I just want to make sure. I feel like we're getting closer. The tracks are still kind of old, but we don't know how far she may have gone.
Illian, dear, what did you see?
Oh, so there's some. If you look over at these impressions a little bit, and some of these broken leaves, and see how they're falling off the branches a little bit from the bushes, you can tell a person has walked by this way. It's a little older because the leaves are a little yellowed around the edges, but we are definitely getting closer and heading in the right direction, as far as I can tell.
The flamed tree, the flame marks, do they appear to be natural flames, or do they appear to be...
It does not look like a fire just randomly started. It looks like someone blasted the tree.
I'm gonna take this part down.
Okay, sure.
I think it could be nature.
Yeah.
Could I perhaps discern the nature of this of what was used to cause the fire? What type of spell?
What skill do you think you'd have?
Arcana.
Okay,
Trying to
you can roll that.
This exact spell, if I can. 5.
So yeah, you can't really tell much other than
indeed. Well,
flaming.
It's best to be cautious anyway, and I will. I will pull out a small ring with the symbol of Onea on it, and I will hand one to. I struggle with it. Hand one to Illian there.
Oh, that's all.
And I cast Warding Bond.
Okay.
You have +1 to your AC and resistance to all damage types, and +1 to your saving throws.
Sure.
Sweet. Alright, I'm going to stealth and go forward.
Okay.
That's real good.
Where's stuff? 24.
For the next
stealth.
hour.
For the next hour.
Right. As you kind of start making your way through, very stealthily.
And I can move at a normal speed because I'm
In your favorite terrain.
Mhm.
Yeah. You approach through the trees. You see something else that is certainly not natural. It seems to be a low wall that has been overgrown with ivy and plant life to the point where it almost looks like a natural. It almost looks like if a bush grew in a very strange manner. But then as you approach, you actually see several other. You can see the outlines of other walls and other ruins.
Alright, I'm gonna stalk up to the wall, staying below what the wall level looks like. So when I get there, I can just kind of peek over.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit of a clearing in this area. Although smaller, obviously younger trees have started to grow up around these ruins. But in the center of this clearing area, there seems to be a statue of some sort. A very old, ivy-covered statue that's, from this distance, somewhat shapeless.
Do I see any other tracks around? If I circle around the area, does it look like there are any other tracks?
As you look around, you do not see any humanoid tracks. Although as you're walking around, you see an interesting, what seems to be a paw print in the dirt.
Okay, knowledge nature, kind of paw print. That is 20 not natural.
Okay. It is seems to be definitely some type of canine. Although it's the paw itself seems to be a bit thinner and longer than a normal canine would be.
Okay.
How far back are the rest of you?
Probably about 20 minutes, so I would have time to snoop and not get caught by them. Coming up faster than I expected.
Roughly 60 feet.
60 feet?
It's 20 minutes?
No,
No,
60 is how long he has to stay close.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You have to stay within range.
I don't have to, but this is the first time I'm using the spell, so I wouldn't.
I think you would know how it works. I would have been 40 feet.
Okay. And so as you kind of you're all kind of making your way through the trees.
Yes, you have to stay within range.
Okay.
But I will be.
I just want to make
Pushing
sure you
that
guys were
fence.
like as far back as you can be. Well, hopefully beyond visual range for anybody else that's further
What are
away.
people's passive perceptions?
8.
14.
15.
13.
All right. Well, that's about when Friar, the good Friar, spots shapes that seem to be moving through the trees. Low, kind of slow movements. They're stalking, and it's just low, like
Growl.
growl.
I will gesture and. What do I do? I will put my hand on our metal friend and whisper in abyssal shield of faith.
Is Warding Rod not concentration? That's
Nope.
stupid good.
No, it's not.
Alright. Shield first.
Shield of faith, and I will direct your eyes towards the sound.
I look to where he's pointing. I look down at the paw print. I make the I'm trying to make it look like wolf, canine kind of thing. I do the ears.
And
do the
that-
And I
teeth.
totally think it's a
Is
saber-tooth tiger,
when-
so I'll pull the scimitars.
And that is when they attack. Roll initiative, probably.
Also, crushed it.
Wait, that's a 20. I get reroll. I also have a
Saber
20.
does that.
Not natural.
I have a 1.
I got a 14 when he gets back.
I had a 1, but I get to reroll this.
You roll 1.
Right.
Horses have a speed of 60 feet. At least the riding horse does. That's the one I chose because I figured that's what we would have.
Okay. So here we go. Yeah. Roll out. Yeah. Let's put some things on it.
Using hex map?
What? Yeah, I like the hex map for outdoorsy things. It just fell over.
Your miniature.
I was using that, but it, yeah, I was using it as a.
Hopefully there
Where's
wasn't a
their
head
head?
attached to it.
That's why I chose that one because
It's the Headless Horseman.
no, it's a ruined statue.
Oh. Cute.
Nope. A pony has a speed of 40 feet. I would like.
Pony!
Actually, you know what? No, we'll not use this. We'll use
What does
this
a horse have?
60 feet.
because that actually has a little statue thing. So yeah, we'll use that there. This will go here. This will go here.
I've actually, I think it would be the first time you playing on a hex grid. I usually play on square grids. A lot of people prefer hex grids, or their hex grids are more accurate. That's kind of what it is.
Well, I generally tend to use hex grid for outside, square grid for inside dungeons because the hex grid walls are harder to do.
It's a dungeon, yeah.
For a there. So yeah.
Where are we?
So I don't know. You were probably over here-ish. You know, actually, you were kind of looking around, so you're probably over there, and they're kind of over here.
Skwisgaar. Oh, he chose a hex space.
Yeah. I chose a.
I would be next to
Dead.
Skwisgaar. I had to touch him and play him out.
All right. So I'm going to be very not cinematic and use just numbered dice.
After all this
Yes.
scenery and
I don't have like little wolf things.
I thought everyone would have minis today, so I didn't bring my box of.
Yeah, I didn't bring my box either. The only thing I brought was dice, my book, my laptop.
All right. So. Where'd my pencil? Is that a pencil? Is
Yes.
that okay?
No, it's a pencil.
Okay. So, 20 or higher.
I have 20.
I have 26.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is your initiative?
Alert, probably. Yeah. So I assume it's at least a +8.
Are you
I rolled an
a
18.
variant?
Pardon?
Are you a human variant?
Yeah.
15
Best-
or higher?
No, that's not good.
All right, 10 or higher.
14.
I'm totally blanking on your character's name.
Shard.
Sure, that's it. All right. So what did you two get?
4.
4.
Friar.
Right?
6.
Okay.
Got a +3 to initiative.
I got -1. How did I?
I rolled a natural 1.
I don't know. I was playing a game on
Alright.
Saturday, and
Farouk.
I got the lowest at 19.
You see, they are certainly dog-like, kind of wolf-like creatures, but kind of, a bit more sleek, thin, angular features. And they look hungry, and they look like they are coming for you.
Right. I'll go to the nearest one and attack with my swords.
Your swords. Which one? I guess
Probably this one.
number 5. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
is a 21.
21 will hit.
6 plus 3. So 5.
Right.
And second attack. Oof, that's an 8.
8 will not hit.
Okay.
So as you swing down, your first hit strikes it, but then it kind of jumps back out of the way as your second swings down upon it, bringing us to Illian.
Can I use my movement to get up here? Or will that consume all my movement? I'm about 15 from the wall.
So if I can... So maybe it'll be 10 feet up, so that'll be 20. I don't think you'd have quite enough movement. To just use your movement, because it would like be double movement to climb up.
You remove proficiency in athletics?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty easy climb with the vines and whatnot, but it's still
climb.
Definitely
Alright.
double movement. So that would probably take a full 30 feet of movement to get on top from where you were.
I'm just 5 short. Alright, so I'll move closer then to the wall, and then probably here, so I can pick my targets. I'm going to go for number 2.
Okay.
That is a 13 to hit.
13 will hit. Shoot it. It starts to dodge it away, but you get an arrow that just
10 damage?
Maybe stop rolling ahead of
skims
time.
across it,
I just rolled 119.
and it kind of yelps.
No! Did it speak?
It yelped.
Oh.
Like,
Can I tell what they are?
Yeah.
oh, the wolves,
Don't think
or the wogs.
They look very wolf-like.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
Werewolves or something.
Do they count as monstrosities?
Highly doubt it.
Right. So then, next they move in to attack.
Alright.
Okay.
Um,
that's done.
This one charges in because you just bit its friend. Actually, it's going to go all the way around here.
Flanking. Oh my god, they're using the mechanical things they gave us against us.
Exactly. Alright. So you kind of it lunges forward and bites at you, but just gets a piece of your armor and just and doesn't make any significant bites.
Perfect.
The other one gets that'll be an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Mm-hmm. The other one bites at you, dealing 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
He just lunges forward and kind of grabs one of your arms and tears off a bit of it.
By the way, did I notice
It's
any
got blood.
effect of my treated scimitar on the one that I hit?
Oh, right. Good point.
Sorry, I should remember.
Do you have a treated scimitar?
I do.
What's it treated with?
Some green stuff I took from Babbage.
So
Awesome.
yes, it did seem to. Yes,
It corroded around the wound or festered.
it seemed to build actually a little bit of a strange acidic
Okay.
reaction.
The wolf grew 6 sizes.
Its heart grew 6 sizes that day.
And then exploded.
Because gigantism is actually
Yeah.
Is that right?
right. Next, let's see. You bit that. Hey, let's see. So it is actually it gets all the way up, and will try to bite you because it was not happy about you shooting it.
Oh, well.
And it gets a 20 to hit. Not natural.
Well, that's good.
Dealing
Remember
only 3 piercing damage.
You have resistance to all damage types. That's what we're.
So I hear 1.
So you hear 1, and
You take half.
do I take?
You take the other half.
Yeah, I take 1.
Yeah. You're like, ah.
Wait, does it? What was the actual wording of that?
Word of word.
Yeah.
I think it's
You deal all the damage, but it's divided between the two of us.
All right, I want to see the. I do hear the actual wording.
The spell wards a willing creature that I touch and create warding bond. That I touch and creates a mystic connection between you and the target until the spell ends. While the target is within 60 feet of you, it gains +1 bonus to AC and saving throws and has resistance to all damage. Also, each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage. The spell ends when I drop to 0.
Because sorry, I just want to make sure because there were a lot of things that say they take half damage and you take the rest.
Yeah.
But no, it's you gain the same amount of damage.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. That one
that
runs up
real
to
damage or virtual damage?
It's you just take the same amount of damage. I assume it's just you just take damage, not specifically a damage type.
It'd be the same damage type.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
So that one runs up to the friar, and that will not hit the friar. That will hit a wet cloth on and that one's going to run up to the friar as well, because the friar is also right there. That one is a 19 on the friar, though.
That hits.
Dealing, again, 3 piercing damage.
Are you still concentrating?
On Shield of Faith, yes, I am. I have to make 2 rolls.
Yeah.
The Shield of Faith is down.
Okay.
For when I took the 1.
You were surprised, like what?
Yeah. Did not expect it to hurt as much as that.
Right. Then, that one charges up and will bite. That looks like Skwisgaar, right?
Yep.
Well, that's an 8. That's not going to hit.
Hey! Hey!
Then, next what happens is, let's see, how do they actually want to do this? This one vanishes.
Oh no! Oh, screw you, Xander! Screw you!
Are those?
I think I know what those are. I don't know the stats of them, by the way.
All right. Then that's their turn.
How much nature on my turn?
Right. Okay.
I believe that's me.
Wait.
Oh, that was the wolves. We haven't gone yet.
So yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Trying to think of the mechanical op. Fuck it, we're fine. I am going to get extremely angry as I go into a rage. As I go into a rage, I start emitting a crazy amount of high-powered steam. So everyone within 10 feet of me takes 2 fire damage.
Which would be
Yes.
those 2 wolves and...
I did an assessment, and I think it would be better to aggro the wolves
3 wolves,
and 2
a friar, and a thing. Okay, I'll take how much damage?
2 fire damage.
2 fire damage.
Am I within 10?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm like 6 damage to the enemies versus 4 damage to the party.
So wait, how much do we take? 2?
Yeah, and then
2 fire damage.
I will run up to the one that's next to Friar, and I will swing with my pike. That's cocked. That's not, but still minimum damage of. I am raging, so it's 6 damage.
Right. 6 damage to the core. Right. Bringing us to the friar.
Okay.
These things are kind of gnarly.
I will take the powder out and just the powder of invisibility that we got.
Okay, you uncork use the power of invisibility?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, interesting. So you, Shard, and the 2 wolves that are next to
Okay, no, I'm okay with this. I'm alright.
you disappear.
What? So I am emitting steam, so
You just poof in a cloud of steam. So
invisible. Where I'm actually.
So that was
going.
your action to use it.
Oh, so I.
So you can't disengage, but you're invisible. You don't need to.
Yeah, I'm going to book it to that tree.
So like here.
Yeah, I still want to see everyone. Yeah, like right there. That's fine. Do I have any bonus actions that I can do? And then as a bonus action, I would like to create a bottle, a large bottle with that resembles the bottle I was passing around last night. Manifests right here.
What is that?
It's my spiritual weapon.
Oh. Okay.
Just use this for right now to symbolize my spiritual weapon.
At which point you reappear.
Okay. That's fine. I'm fine.
And would you like to roll me 2d4? Or who do I roll?
Oh, I can immediately make an attack. Yeah, it's 1d8 plus 3.
So
4 bludgeoning damage.
did you make the attack?
Oh,
Confidence is second.
that's better. It's 21.
Okay. So 4 bludgeoning damage on number 6.
Yeah.
Right. That brings us to Skwisgaar.
Does spiritual weapons take damage?
No, spiritual weapons don't take damage. They also don't count as an ally or an enemy.
Yeah, it's a floating sword.
Well, but it was just so
It's not a sword.
Flanking.
It's a bottle.
well, one, I'd be like, Skwisgaar, get your shit together, and that's my bardic inspiration for you hurting me, but also encouraging you to.
Oh, you're inspiring me.
I'm inspiring you,
Okay.
but also being like, hey, maybe don't burn me next time.
Can you inspire someone if you can't see them?
Yeah, as long as you can hear.
Oh.
As long as I can hear him. I'm pretty sure as long as
Yeah.
they can hear me, I can get inspired. Or sorry, as long as I can hear him, I can be inspired. I looked this up because you can. Yeah, it's one of the few times like you don't have to see someone in order to do it. If not, you can always inspire the front.
Yeah, you don't have to see it.
Okay,
You
cool.
just have to be within 6 feet.
Alright.
So you're like, sure, get your shit together.
Don't hurt me next time. But then,
This is the first time me overclocking. I don't understand the detrimental properties of it.
then I need number 6 to make a dex saving throw.
All right.
To be a 13.
He succeeds
Oh, okay.
with a 20.
So I like just my hands go. That's fine.
What'd you cast on him?
I was gonna try burning hands,
Oh.
but I didn't.
Oh wait, if you
Still
succeed,
good.
he still takes half damage to succeed.
Oh yeah, burning hands.
Oh right.
Yeah, so it goes
3d6.
whooshes out.
This 13.
So
6 on save.
All right. So it takes. It's not happy about that. All right, then that brings us to the top of the round. Farouk.
Okay. I will. Is 5 of the one that I already wounded, or is 1?
You have already attacked number 5.
Okay. I will swing at number 5. 9.
9 does not hit.
And I will swing again at number
Very
5.
agile.
Yeah. Forget it. That's 10.
Yeah, 10 does not hit either.
Okay.
Fortunately. Illian. The dog that just attacked you, like leapt at you, bit you, and then poofed.
I'm gonna run forward. 5, 10,
What does me being flanked give them?
25.
Advantage.
Guys, the dog just disappeared. Like, it poofed as I draw my bow and shoot number 6.
Okay.
So if I want to remedy that situation, I would have to move, right?
Right.
18
And
on the
that would
die
provoke
to
an
hit.
opportunity attack
Yeah.
with advantage.
They wouldn't have an advantage. I don't think.
You could.
I'll say no. They would not have advantage on.
You
an
would
opportunity
provoke
attack.
an opportunity attack from one, maybe,
Oh, that's right, because the other one would be.
if you stayed within range of the other one. Because all you really want to do to get rid of the flanking is to put them.
But then they can just move and flank again,
Yeah.
right?
True.
Mhm.
So okay.
So,
So-
18 plus.
18 will hit. 18 plus things will hit. Yes.
And that is 10 damage to number 6.
Ooh. As you fire an arrow into it, it just kind of goes and falls down.
And can I make a nature check on that thing that disappeared?
Sure.
I know nothing.
You know nothing.
No.
The halfling one. All right. So, what happens next is the one that poofed. First, I have to. Okay. It actually comes running out from behind here
Oh no.
and is able to get there, and it comes running very quickly
Don't
around
fire.
the edge and misses you. But then disappears again and reappears. But you see where it reappears this time, as it reappears over here.
Hey, Xander.
Yeah.
Just a quick question. After I swung at that one that I hit before, does it still look like the wound is having an acidic reaction, or was it just the first time I
It
swung
would seem to be a. So you didn't hit it a second.
No, but
From before, the one wound, it was
Is
just
that-
a
is
one-time damage.
oh, okay, that sounds good.
Yes. Next, let's see.
I'm invisible.
From your side, suddenly this wolf creature just appears out of nowhere. Attacks you because it is invisible.
But it's no longer invisible when it's.
So
It makes an attack advantage.
it jumps out, attacks, biting you.
Mhm.
I'm assuming a 21 hits
No, that misses. Oh.
for 7 piercing damage. This one runs up, bites, and then as it bites you, it appears out of nowhere, bites, and then just like as it bites, it's as if this weird like black weird like window opens up for a second, and it leaps through and is gone again.
I hate these creatures
As
so
it
much.
appears
Are they ankle dogs?
I know. I know what these are.
Over
I
here.
actually have the minis for them in my mini box.
I will say they are slightly modified.
Yeah, but I get where you inspired them from, and I've never fought these before. I
Yeah.
think they should be up here more often.
And this one actually, considering he doesn't really see anything else to do, will do the same.
Oh shit.
That's a 12.
No, that misses. Ha!
All right. And that one, in the same weird, like, brief, like, almost like a vortex of reality, just jumps through and vanishes, appearing over here.
I told you they disappear.
What the shit?
So those two will attack you. 15 to hit?
I think my AC is close to that. It's, my AC is 16.
Okay, so one hits and one just misses.
Okay.
As you're able to block its teeth out of the way. The one that hits it does 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
Yep, and let's see. Yep, and that's what they'll do. So that is to Shard,
Okay,
who is invisible.
see this. Can I see this one?
Yes, you can.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm gonna get there, and I'm going to reckless attack. Bonus action, 2 fire damage, and reckless attack. Natural 1. Good thing I reckless. Does a 12 hit?
What are you swinging?
Pike.
Your okay. Yeah, so you drive your pike out and it just like ducks underneath the blows.
Okay. But I dealt 2 fire damage to it.
Yes.
And also that tree might be on fire. I don't know.
You singed it a bit.
Or steam it a bit. Steam bath! Alright, and I'm done.
Right, that brings us to Friar. I do wish I had the minis for these. Actually, the minis, the picture in the player's handbook, in the monster manual, is really ugly.
Yeah. The minis really cool.
I just need just a.
You should
wolf
bring them.
creature.
I will move
No, like I said,
around the side of the tree,
I forgot to bring them today. Because I haven't used them.
and
What are the
I
odds?
will cast.
I was dealing yesterday, so they're at my apartment.
Zeus little eggs sanctuary on you,
Okay.
and then I will move. The bottle will come flying at this dog right here. Yeah.
The bottle, that's awesome. What does Sanctuary do?
They have to make a wisdom save
Okay.
before they attack. And on a fail, they have to choose new targets.
Okay.
However, it ends if you attack.
I attack.
Yes.
Okay.
That's also not concentration. Wow, there are so many spells that you'd think would be concentration that aren't.
They've already attacked.
Does a 15 hit?
They have already attacked. 15 does hit.
So
you're
8 plus 3. Are you kidding me? 4.
4 damage.
4 more force damage.
All right. That
And
one.
then I will. Shit, there's no good place. Yeah, I'll kind of one square that. Yeah, right there. And that's my turn.
All right. That brings us to Skwisgaar.
Yeah, I guess I'll turn and look at number 1, and
Excuse me.
I do my little pistol fingers. 18.
Eldritch Blast. That will hit.
Yep. And, for 1 damage.
Just figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a pop gun. Boop. Not very effective.
Okay.
Could I?
Um,
you mean from
that
their
brings us to the top of the round for Farouk.
Okay. So I can move first. One of them will opportunity attack,
Right.
and then I can do my attack, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna sidestep over here.
So it will attempt. It fails its save, so it may not attack you.
Okay.
It has to choose a new target for the attack.
It doesn't have a new target, so it can't attack.
Yeah.
It says it must choose a new target for the attack or lose the attack.
Oh, okay.
It's doing the or lose the attack.
Okay.
Imagine you must choose a target. I pick that target all the way over there.
All right.
Okay. So I will attack with the first swing, which is 23.
23 will hit.
I will use sneak attack with that damage.
You do not get sneak attack.
Why not?
You're not attacking with advantage, and there is not an ally within 5 feet of your target.
Isn't that 5 feet?
No.
So it has to be.
There's a
right
5
next
foot
to it.
gap.
Oh,
It has
gotcha.
to be right
Okay.
next to
All
it.
right. Fair enough. Okay.
Wait, did you go rogue?
So I'm going to then. So that's
Your character doesn't know that. But
No.
so 8,
8 damage. Okay.
I'm not the only one who's talking to multi-class.
and then I'll swing with the second one, which is also a hit.
And this one still has a its
Yep.
coating on it. So roll an extra d6.
So 4, 7, 8, 9.
9. Ooh, that was the magic number. As you kind of strike it, its flesh kind of sears a bit. It howls in pain, and then
So the other one,
Falls down.
the other one, when I attacked him the first time, it didn't look like it had any more effect. So it's a one treat use.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
One effect per treatment. Okay.
Yes. In just raw D&D, poison is kind of not that great and kind of expensive, honestly. But
It depends.
yeah.
As written, it's weird.
Yeah. All right. So that brings us to Illian.
I move over here. 10, 15, 20, yeah. Twirl around and fire off a shot at the one that initially attacked me. That is a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
8.
2d8?
I have Colossus Slayer.
Oh, what is that?
I get to roll an extra d8 after it's below its maximum health point.
Oh,
Once per turn.
that's pretty nice.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that's Hunter Ranger is like that Colossus Slayer.
So that was 8 damage?
Hordebreaker's stupid though.
7. No, sorry, 9.
9 damage.
6 on the die plus 3.
Okay, it is not looking good, but it's still up. That brings us to their turns. Hooray! They get to do things. So this one, seeing a tasty treat of metal, runs up, and you did reckless.
Yeah, I did
And
reckless.
thinks it's a fire hydrant and lifts its leg.
It's gonna put you out.
I'm not red.
Well, that will hit,
Okay.
dealing 3 piercing damage.
I heard 1.
A pathetic amount of 3 piercing damage. And then,
Bless you.
because it can, vanishes in its little portal and appears over there. Oh, it's just in range. Hooray. Whoosh. It charges at you, and hey, makes an attack. 15 to hit.
Yeah.
15 will hit. So, for 5 piercing damage.
Resistant, so
I hear 2.
2. And
And then you also take 2.
I look over the friar and like, what are you grunting about?
This one charges up, and then this one will actually just reappear over there. Trying to get behind some cover from this annoying thing that keeps shooting it from arrows. With arrows. Will attack the friar. That is a 16 to hit.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Well, it doesn't hit, but it does disappear again. It was yeah, that was the correct amount. And then this thing is like, no, not my friend. How dare you damage my friend? I'm going to bite you for, well, that'll hit. Dealing 11 piercing damage as it in its anger it charges up and bites and gets a very good bite into you. All right, that's all of their turns.
Then whose turn is it? Is it
That brings us to Shard.
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bonus action. Action reckless.
2 more damage to it.
Yep. Let's see. That's 11 or 10. So 11.
11 does not hit.
All right. Hey, I'm dealing damage. That's all that matters.
All right, that brings us to the friar.
Oh. Blessed be ye. In Celestial, I will cast Bless on my 3 companions within 30 feet of me. So you add a d4 to your attack rolls.
Is that your 5th spell for this combat?
Yeah, I have 4 first level spells and 2 second level spells. My second level spells are gone.
So he's just burning through spells.
We're gonna need a rest.
Well, he has to take a long rest to get those back.
Yeah.
And that is when the giant monster comes through the trees and devours
and
you
then
all.
I will. So it takes half my move. Like if I tried to climb the tree.
So it would climbing would basically be difficult terrain. So it would be twice your movement for however high you went.
I want to get to the first branch that I can.
Okay.
I want to be up in the tree.
What?
You want me to roll athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah, it would be athletics to see. Yeah, just to, it's not a terribly hard tree to climb. So don't.
No, that's a 4.
That's a 4.
That's a 4.
Well,
It is a terribly hard treat.
you start to scramble up and then you kind of slide back down and land prone.
You know.
Yeah, I should have known.
I wanted you to make it because I wanted to have your little mini in the tree because we can put the mini in the tree.
It's okay.
How often do you have a little tree that you can put a mini in?
That's my turn.
All right, then we are to Skwisgaar.
All right. I will. I guess like Shard isn't like the most quiet.
I'm like
thing.
steaming like crazy. It's not.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move here so that I can see him, and then I see that there's a thing going, and so then I'll Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast him.
You can add a D4 to that.
Because you've been blessed.
Bless.
Can I do it to damage or just?
Wait, are you unconscious or are you prone?
No, I'm just prone.
Okay.
Is it just on the
No.
roll?
Attack or saving throws.
So you just roll.
Okay.
And it doesn't go away. It's as long as you're blessed.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's
Tie it up.
something. Yeah. And then 9.
9.
9.
9.
Nah.
All right, it is looking very bad as you just like blast into it, but it's just struggling to stay on its feet, but it seems to be managing to stay on its feet.
Number 3 is still just there.
All right, that'll bring us to Farouk.
All right, swinging the first sword at number 5,
You are also blessed.
and that gives me
Plus a D4
okay
to the attack.
to the attack.
Yeah. Or saving throw.
Jeez, not even enough. So 5 plus 5 is 10.
Yeah, 10 misses as you swing down.
Second
It's a very
attack.
dodgy
So is
dodgy.
it a one time?
It's
No,
a
it's
very
whenever
dodgy
you make,
puppy.
Whenever you make an attack or a
Yeah,
saving
this
throw.
one's hard to hit. 13 plus 5, 18.
That will hit.
Excellent. For 4 points of damage.
All right.
And you know what? We're gonna be doing a rest, I'm sure, of some sort. So I'm gonna action surge.
Action surge.
And that's one additional action. So that's a single attack, not
Right.
a duel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wait until you're level 20 fighter. That's before additional attacks.
11.
11 total.
Yeah.
11 total does not hit. It's just almost like it's just like pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop, pop.
It's a tough one.
Let's see, Illian.
Alright, has number 3 been damaged?
Yes.
That's 19.
That'll hit.
12, 15 damage to number 3.
Ouch! It is not happy about that. It does not
Yeah,
like you.
not the friar.
Okay. But the friar still seems like a tasty treat.
Because I'm prone.
Uh-huh.
And pickle.
And concentrating on spells.
It wouldn't know that.
Drew.
It
Wait.
actually might.
Oh dear.
It might be
Alright.
intelligent enough.
17 to hit?
Nope.
Nope, still nope. Okay. So it does not hit, and let's see. Okay, finally, their teleportation ability is a recharge ability. That's the first time it's failed to recharge. So that we're going to die. Let's see that one. So number 4
Yeah.
blinks. Actually, you know what? It's going to be slightly mean. Just kind of go in,
I did reckless.
make an attack. That will hit for 7 piercing damage,
I heard 3.
and then blink as it just vanishes, reappears over there, and then
It's like
uses the rest of its
it's like,
movements
nope.
to nope.
Nope.
Let's see. How's this one feeling?
How far is that from me?
It can't get away. I think this map itself is only just
more like-
under, or just over 100 feet across.
It's about there.
Oh jeez. Good to know.
But
Well, Eldritch Blast is 120.
yeah,
I didn't realize it was quite that
My
far.
first increment range is 150.
No, yeah, I know that square side is like 22 by 24 or something like that. Squares.
That one will run up and try to bite you. 17 to hit for 4 piercing damage.
I heard it too.
And that one also fails to recharge. That one's to number 5, so that's to attack Farouk. It didn't attack Farouk yet. Well, that's not going to hit Farouk, so. But it actually hasn't used its. No, it's feeling fine. It's happy. It's happy where it is.
Okay.
I'm not sure it will be happy where it is for very long. All right, that brings us to Shard.
Did it miss?
It missed.
I'm
I'm assuming your AC is higher than a 10.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna get here. I'm going to bonus action heat. She's just out of range of that, so 2 damage to number 2.
All right.
Reckless. Okay, I'm probably gonna hit with an 18. Just see if I crit. Nope, I don't. So technically a 21 to hit for 7 damage.
It does.
All right.
Unless you can do 0 damage.
It's impossible. My minimum is 6.
Yeah. So it dies, leaving us with Friar.
And my spiritual weapon will just instinctually fly over and hit that thing, or try to hit that thing that's.
Yep. It can just make it over there.
Does a 16 hit?
16 will hit.
5 force damage.
5 force damage was what you needed. Or actually 5 any type of damage.
Good. I will stand up, take half my movement, and then I will.
I do need to paint my Elven Ruins terrain. Because they look gorgeous, but they need to be painted.
They do look very good though.
Mm-hmm.
Get a lot of browns.
I will. This worked last time. Light crossbow at that one. That's right there in front of.
Number 5? All right. Sure.
Natural 1.
Okay.
Twang! Yep.
Off into the distance. Where you go. Thunk. This little bird takes an air.
And
Alright.
that's my turn.
Skwisgaar.
Wait, so is that one gone, or is it?
It's running away.
It's that's about how far it was able to get.
Can I blast it?
Yeah, you got line of sight.
Alright.
It's a 6.
Nope. 11.
No.
Okay.
You're still blessed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Will a 15 potentially hit? Will 15 hit?
Yes. It dies. It dies.
You just like Legolas that shit. You're just like.
All right, then we're back to Farouk.
Kind of like leave it just a little bit. Came up.
Do I still have the?
Yeah, blessed. I'm still
So
concentrating on it.
16 plus 25.
Well, that'll
Thanks,
hit.
Claire.
That's what I'm here for.
9.
All right, that's okay. Yeah, that's. It was
And I will use a bonus action.
that one. So 3 out of the 6 of them you got exactly on the money.
Well, it's economy. So I'm going to use a bonus action and do
Remember
second
you're
wind.
inspired, right?
Yeah, I'm inspired. Is there any left?
No.
No.
I want their pelts.
4.
So I'm gonna go around collecting them in. When we get the opportunity, I'll skin them.
Okay.
I'm going to stuff,
Yeah.
lay them
So
over the top of our horses.
As you stand around, kind of take your breath, like they seem to have died for good.
Illian, what were those things?
I don't know. Animals usually don't move that way.
Can I roll a nature check as I calm down and look at the body of the one I killed?
You're proficient in nature.
I am.
Okay, yeah, roll a nature check.
I want 23. Do I know what they are?
Yes. These are things that are commonly known as blink dogs.
Yeah, I start rattling. I'm like, don't you know blink dogs? I start rattling off lore of blink dogs. I'm like, you're right. You should know this.
Yeah. They're technically fae, and they usually work in the service of, or they are often trained to work in the service of either fae creatures or like there are some like elven creatures, elves that like them.
Are there elves in the forest, or this forest specifically that we're aware of? I ask people who are from this forest.
No, you would not be aware of any elves in the forest.
Not to my knowledge.
Out of game, can these be friends?
Ask critical role.
It is possible that you get these as friends.
You can certainly try.
If they exist, yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be an awesome thing to have as a friend.
It would be awesome.
So do they have pelts for me to take?
Yes, they do.
I want to pile them on top of my horse and I'll skin them later.
Okay. As you're looking around, only like 2 of them their hides seem to have survived the lashings they got well enough to really be worth anything.
That's cool.
Particularly the ones he was fighting are like have like large acidic. Like,
so anything I downed with an arrow, basically.
Or the one that a lot of them are actually, several of them are singed as well. So the ones that got taken down maybe by force damage, those are just kind of, they've just been whacked a bit. They're not, yeah. So two of them are have hides that are in good condition.
Oh, guys, there's a strange statue over there.
Okay.
Let's go see it and maybe take a rest.
If I may retrieve the ring.
I'll take the statue. I'll look at the statue. I'm fine.
And I'll just give me a minute, dear. I'll be over there.
I'm gonna walk by the friar and say cure wounds in Abyssal.
Cure wounds! I thought you spoke a draconic, not abyssal.
I'm copying him.
Okay.
You don't know, baby. No, it's abyssal.
I
just know the words he said,
Yeah.
so I copy him. And that is 1d8 plus what?
You are teaching these young innocent halflings to swear in abyssal.
I haven't sworn yet.
It's Loix Noisewix.
Loix Noisewix.
LOYXNIOSWZ.
So you get 9 damage back.
Wow, and people get on me for how I spell my character's name is Zizifex.
9.
For the record, it's ZYZZYVEX.
Thank you.
I think whenever it's like
so
for you, it's just
and I'll follow
road
you
in
to the
California
statue.
before you hit Nevada, which is called Zizix. ZYZZX.
I named it after the last word in it's in some dictionaries. It's not in every dictionary. Ziziva. ZYZZYVA is like a small like insect creature.
What's the word?
Often harmful to plants. ZYZZYVA.
ZYZZYVVA.
No, it's just a single A.
ZYZZYVVA.
ZYZZYVA. There are not 2 V's. It's a genus of tropical American weevils often found in association with palms. It is a snouted beetle.
Interesting.
Ziziva is the last word in many English language dictionaries.
Cool.
The yellowish weevil is no longer than an ant. It was first discovered in 1922 in Brazil.
But more infestation than you can say. Zizva.
And named by an Irishman,
Irish.
Thomas Lincoln Casey Jr.
I do
There
want
aren't
to go.
enough Z's in Scrabble to make it work, right?
No, there's only 1 Z in Scrabble.
Even with the
Oh
wild-
wait, you'd be able to do. No, you couldn't because there's also only 1 Y, and you only have 2 blanks, so you'd have to use it for 2 Z's and a Y.
Yeah.
It's spelled.
Otherwise, you'd win.
It's spelled NGNNGBU in Abyssal.
Do you have some weird?
He does. He's been speaking actual abyssal.
Or it's an abyssal translator.
Yeah.
It's just some like cryptographic thing.
Probably.
Okay.
It probably take.
Lix Noisvec?
LOYXNIOSWZ.
Okay. But yeah, as you look around, it definitely seems that
I
these are
just
the
want to go with the
ruins
approximate
of some
pronunciation.
sort of shrine.
Interesting. Does the
nature?
statue look like this is the entity of the shrine, or it's just like, hey, here's just a random person?
So no, it definitely takes a prominent position in the center of this area. And it, as you approach, it is very old, moss covered, but seems, as you kind of look at it, it seems to be a figure with a bow and some sort of in kind of an archery pose.
Knowledge nature, maybe? Like,
This would not be a knowledge nature.
I would think
Shard.
Just give me a moment. I will use
Is
my
it
last first level
coincidental
spell.
that these blink
And
dogs were encountered
celestial
here, or do you think they have something to do with
Thy
this
secrets,
ruins?
if any, detect magic.
I guess the question is the entity that is statued, does it appear to be an elf or fae?
As it is, it's pretty hard to detect many features, but if you'd like to kind of spend some time trying to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'll
Prestidigitation.
that.
Alright, just kind of, and some moss and things kind of poof off of it, and you can see it seems to be a female form. And yes, the ears still seem to have a bit of a faint elf-like point to them.
Yeah.
do they look folklorish?
Does,
Like, would I know them from a story?
Make me a history check.
does the bow of like sworn enemies?
Swift death to my enemies.
5.
So this doesn't look
History
like
was
anything
not my best subject.
you would recognize. So as you detect magic, all around you, you get the sense of
Familiar faces.
that there is some
Faces.
low-level magic that seems to permeate the area.
What type of
And
magic?
as you kind of, focus on it and kind of, well, taste it isn't the right word, but, you get the idea. You just kind of get the feel for it, and it seems to be abjuration. in
That
nature.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm curious if this is consecrated.
Shit and ashes. This whole place seems.
Shard.
Yes.
Do you
It's
suppose that the
permeated.
blink dogs were a coincidence that we encountered them here, or do they key off of this
Certainly
ruin
not.
and statue?
I'm just kind of it seems like that maybe the blink guards were guarding this place because it definitely seems magical and important, at least at one point. Yeah. So I'm no expert, but the fact that there's there's magic around here, this place could be sacred to someone, and the blink dogs are just guardians.
Do these
But I'm just
symbols
guessing.
look religious in nature?
So as you look around the base, you actually, on the base there is some, you can kind of clear away some more of the moss, and there is some form of writing on the base. What language does everyone speak?
Common, Elvish, Celestial.
Common, Elvish, Draconic, and Halfling.
Common, Elvish, and Goblin.
Abyssal, celestial, common, and halfling.
Oh, you
None
always
of
have.
us speak Sylvan. That's what it is. They call it.
Gnomish and thieves can't.
Okay. So, Friar, as you're looking at this, you don't recognize this form of writing or anything like that. For you three,
Hey!
it does look vaguely familiar. In fact, looks, as you look, it looks,
Total.
it's not quite, it's not just, oh look, this is obviously Elvish, but it has some reminiscent qualities of Elvish to it.
Like ancient Elvish, or like if you know how to speak Spanish, you can kind of interpret some Latin words.
So definitely you recognize several of the characters. But some of them seem there are some that seem like you could perhaps make a logical deduction that it might be the same character.
I'm gonna grab my handy dandy notebook out and start kind of writing these down.
Okay.
I'm gonna lay my hands on it and concentrate and cast comprehend languages. Can I cast that ritually?
Yeah, Bard's ritual
I
caster.
believe so.
All right, yeah. All right.
This entire time we're like, what is it? You're just sitting here like. Huh?
Oh no! I was like, oh wait, no, I know.
Just like it.
Yeah, it's a ritual spell. So yeah.
No, I didn't just learn it. I just remembered I had it.
All right. So as you spend some time focusing on it, if you for 10 minutes, you're concentrating on these and seeing what it does. And this, let's see, a pinch of soot and salt. And
I go by the tree.
You've got your there's plenty of soot around.
Yeah.
You burned some things.
Yeah.
You take components and are kind of doing this spell, and as you're looking at it, it suddenly very much makes sense to you, and it's as if you are reading plain Elvish, and it says, "We offer the heart of the hunt to you, so our feet may be swift and our arrows fly true."
I say that out loud.
We offer our
We offer the heart of the hunt to you, that our feet may be swift and our arrows fly true. So he's touching this thing, and then he says this. What language did you say that in?
Elvish at first.
Okay, so those who understand Elvish, he just said that.
And if they look blank, I'll repeat it in common.
Mm-hmm. I repeat it. It doesn't sound quite as lyrically, nice in common, but you're able to make it rhyme still because you're a bard. It's a thing you do.
Sure. Yeah.
You probably
The heart of the hunt, huh?
We offer the heart of the hunt to you, so that what?
that our feet may be swift and our arrows fly true.
Should we cut out some of the hearts of the wolves?
This might be a deer kind of heart, not an actual heart.
Well, is there a place that looks like that there could have been offering basin, or does it look like there's a spot that, like for example, is there like a spot that has like a bunch of old like shriveled up hearts? That's a little weird.
So no, there is not a place that seems to be the base right around it. On the ground seems to actually just have some. Even though everything else is kind of overgrown, the base right around it seems to be very clean and fresh earth, almost, and bare.
Interesting.
A heart is usually
I moved one of the blank dog
and
bodies
a
on top
heart
of the
of the
dirt.
hunt is.
You move a dog body on top of it.
Alright, I don't know. I'm curious if this is an elven deity or something like that. Or just a deity or something. It doesn't have to be elvish. Not everyone. Not all forest gods are elves. So.
Well, if the inscription isn't elvish,
And it has pointy ears.
What if I'm half proficient in religion? Does that work?
I'm fully proficient in religion.
Yeah.
Well, did
Out of
you
game.
say you wanted to make a religion check?
I did. I asked if these writings looked religious in nature. If this
Well,
looked like
make a religion check.
I'm not super familiar with elven forest gods out of game.
Mm-hmm.
Or in game.
And actually, if you would like to aid or roll your own, you may also do that.
Yeah.
I will take.
How does aid work?
One of us would get advantage.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
That's much better.
There you go.
20.
All right. So, as you both kind of are looking at this, you're discussing what this thing could be, and you decide that. Oh dear, I didn't write it there. Go find where I
Mordecai's Tome Foes! Flip.
actually wrote it down. Where? Sorry, I thought I had it up, and now it's not there.
Random elf god. The goddess name is Steve. Steve. Steve the Hunter. These all things.
Be an elf named Billy.
Is it elf named Belly? Oh my god! You make a wood elf character you make a wood elf character with a super like swamp Cajun accent. Yeah, well.
So, yes. As you decide upon that. You believe that this is a representation of one of the older deities of the land that was worshipped before before the introduction of the sanctum and the religion of Onea. And that in fact the name, since that would give you remember in some class that you had at some point.
Probably like gods that you shouldn't worship ever.
Yes,
I
yes.
probably would have been intrigued by anything that would piss
yes.
my seminary teachers.
You would have read about the deity known as the Huntress, or often known as Helir. Helir the Huntress.
How do you spell that?
Helir. Now the the church always has kind of presented it as these as kind of darker deities and mischief makers, and she would definitely be the one who is spoken about as the danger of like what that revels in the wild and the dangerous and the dark.
Was this during the same class, or like the kids nowadays are playing this game called Mazes and Mind Flayers, and then like there's a person known as like the Maze Master.
You're talking to a gentle Shard, my friend. I learned Abyssal on my own. Do you think that a authorized or required study at in the seminary and Church of Onea?
Well,
no.
Some people say in order to defeat your enemies, you have to understand them. So I assume you just like, I don't know, some sort of.
That's not a common belief in the church. Unfortunately, they want an unwavering commitment and total devotion.
Oh, so I'm familiar with the church and how it works. I worked for the church.
It's much more fun to keep them on their toes.
However, since that was kind of, you'd also probably read some sources that are slightly more kinder to this deity that would argue the claim that she is actually often would serve as a guide through the darkest places.
I mean, you got a 50-50 chance with this one, I would say. Some say she's mischievous. I mean, that certainly would explain the odd blinky dogs. Some say she's a guide. Perhaps if we stay here, we might learn a bit more. I, for one, could use a bit of a rest and
isn't it like noon? Didn't we just wake up?
No, it's been a while. It's getting towards evening.
Oh, okay.
I'm okay with staying here. I'm kind of intrigued by this huntress.
Yes.
Well, if we associate the blink dogs with this, then staying here might not be the wisest thing. There may be more of them that come to prey on us in the night.
Probably, and I'm uncorking my water skin. The one with the sample of wine that I bought to replace. I remember I filled a water skin with just enough for me.
So yeah, he's drinking water.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You may be wondering why he's intoxicated later if all he's been drinking is water.
Well, I don't think we ever wonder
Yeah.
why he's intoxicated.
But you do not want to put wine in a water skin long term, though. That'll ruin.
No.
I think it's fine with leaving. Like if we say maybe leaving an offering, we can stay here and hopefully the blink dogs won't attack us.
Hopefully.
I don't know.
I
Or we could-
didn't get that.
Or we could camp somewhere else and eliminate the possibility entirely.
I kind of want to go hunting for a heart now.
Heart.
Mhm.
We should get one right here. You should slowly just rip a heart out of blink dogs.
Not what I meant.
Yeah.
Sharon.
Is any of the inscription or writings, are they damaged in any way?
It's definitely suffered through some time, which has softened, kind of worn down the inscription to where it's not as deep and clear as it was.
But it's still there.
But it's still there and still visible. It's still the lines are still clearly visible when you clear away the moss.
I will touch the statue and cast Mending. It's a cantrip, so I do it. Mending on the statue.
Yeah, as you watch, the lines seem to deepen a bit, and the words become clearer, even though you don't understand.
Leery of watching eyes or any effect or anyone who would be or anyone or anything that would take concern with spells being cast in this area, especially towards the statue. That's mainly the reason why I was doing it, and I figured Mending is innocuous enough.
Yeah.
It's not going to offend.
Nothing seems to react to that.
I vote for camping here tonight, purely because this place would be more easily defensible than if we just camped in the woods. We could back ourselves into a couple of ruins and potentially not have anything come at us from that direction, even with the blink dogs.
How long does the spiritual weapon last?
Not long enough to go through the night.
No, of course not. I'm just.
It lasts a minute.
Okay, yes.
So it's gone.
I'm okay. I suppose I'm okay here, but we need to be diligent, and I will empty my water sack. I will take the first watch.
Okay.
Did you want to go hunting for dinner?
I'm going hunting for dinner, particularly keeping my eyes out for a heart.
Well, if you recall.
Oh, I saw that. I might be a little later tonight, but I'm going to move as swiftly as I can.
So yes, if you make a survival check. This is favored terrain. Yeah, you have advantage. You have advantage on this one.
16.
So it only takes you about an hour when you actually manage to catch up to the deer that you had seen evidence of previously. There is a large kind of. I'm going to betray my ignorance about how wild deer behave, but I'll say there's a large kind of buck with large antlers, kind of leading multiple other deer, and seems to also be like a very, you'd be able to tell it's a very young male following along as well. So, do you wish to?
I'm going to go hunt the larger male.
Okay. So you maybe a stealth check, and then
stealth is decent. 23.
Okay, and then make me an attack.
And that's 22 to hit.
All right. So yeah, you are able to sneak up on them, and with one well-placed shot, you release. Your arrow flies, strikes the you were going for the larger buck. He with one well-placed arrow, he falls, and the rest just scatter.
Yes. I'm gonna go claim the buck, and I'll probably quarter it a little bit while here. Actually, no, I take it back. I'm gonna just drag it back because I'm gonna leave it as an off.
That's gonna.
Have you ever been hunted?
Oh, I know they're heavy. I probably brought the horse along.
If you brought the horse in no ways, then yeah, the horse can help you drag it back. And so about
you said it's a bug. How many points is on that rack?
Xander, I would like to thoroughly search this.
2.
Oh man, that's terrible.
It's a young buck.
That's a young bug.
I don't know. What's the actual range?
So
Say
no,
it's an 8 point.
8 points,
points
pretty
are
nice.
How many times
Okay,
does its antlers go to a point?
I
Well,
I know that,
deer,
but I don't
it's
know.
8 on each side.
Oh, 8 on each side.
Elk, it would be the cumulative amount.
Oh, so I got a 10-point one, so we're 5 on each side, or 6 on one, 4 on the other. So
Yeah, so that's a 6 by 4.
Yeah.
Xander, before
I don't know deer. I just rolled a die and it came up too.
Ohatchee, Alabama. So.
With advantage.
So yeah.
Plus.
So yes, 8. Well, it's an 8-point buck because why not?
Besides the little buck, and they're dragging it back to place
Yes.
it on the
So
side.
Gargantuan buck.
as you kind of he comes along, you see her with the horse dragging this large.
Before we establish, before the sun
Yes,
goes
take
down,
it. Say 6-point buck. So.
I would like, because I assume we're going to make camp in a central location here, so that we can get like a 360 view. I'd like to thoroughly
So that
search.
the blink dogs can attack them within the circle.
I would like to thoroughly search this whole area for anything that might be dangerous to us, or anything that might be beneficial to us.
Okay.
Something that.
How would you like to make a survival check? Or an investigation? We're gonna make an investigation and a survival, or one of
Sure.
those. Or
Yeah, I'll assist him in the.
Survival, I guess.
okay.
I will rummage through the leaves and haha. 5 plus 5, 22.
Okay, 22. Okay, that's a good one. Some time ago, I made a whole spreadsheet. I was tired of not having things like this, so I made a whole spreadsheet of finding plants in the wilderness, and I've gotten so much use out of it. It's wonderful. So 22. Okay. You find. Let's see. You're in the forest.
In these
You're in the
ruins.
temperate forest. You find yes, you find some yew leaves that look to be useful in some manner. Of course, this is all just completely BS stuff, and
What do the yew leaves do?
Are you shattering?
I'm sorry.
I was
Shattering the
I was-
grand illusion.
Yeah,
Simple
I
rips.
was all into the yew leaves until you said they were bullshit.
No, I'm just.
No, this is all illusion. Like you roll 40 on a perception check, and you notice a bunch of giants standing around
sorry.
looking at two worlds. They're all eating these
Um,
colored orange chips. These green liquid.
So it's kind of a green leaf with little red berries on it that are you would know would actually be the berries are non-toxic. However, the seeds are toxic. However, the leaves themselves are actually toxic, and with the correct preparation could potentially be some type of poison.
I'll hold on to them. I'll be sure to keep them separate from the herbs that
Go.
the good lady at the Rose and Her Thorns gave me. Can they be fermented?
Anything can.
Well, you could try it ferment it. Interesting.
No.
Try to make tea out of it too, and see how that goes. See how that went for Uncle Iroh.
Yeah,
Just makes
Avatar.
teas out of strange things. Right. So what do you do with your?
I'm gonna take a little bit meat for us to have dinner, and then I'm gonna place it as an offering.
Okay. So you set up camp there.
Probably like maybe against one of these, so we have. Because is there room in here with the statue?
It's more kind of more just like a pedestal area. Yeah.
So probably against one of those croppings, so we're
Okay.
a little bit shielded from the wind and.
Okay. So who's taking first? You said you're taking
I'm gonna take first watch, but I'm gonna help her with my knowledge of
Mhm.
Offerings.
offerings and this particular deity. Try and remember how to set up like an altar of some sort. So that's probably what
Okay.
help
So
her.
Farouk couldn't be less interested in these
Right.
proceedings.
So you just kind of go to sleep.
He's just smoking pot.
But I will take the first one.
enjoying the
Right.
enjoying the good
So
feels.
make me a perception check.
I'll watch after the friar.
I'll take the last one.
15.
15. So, it seems like you're watching. It seems like a fairly quiet night. Partway through, towards the end of your watch, you do think you see some shape moving through. It approaches and then just kind of wanders off. It not getting close enough to really tell what it was.
Was it an animal shaped?
It was
humanoid?
definitely lower to the ground and on all fours.
I will. Who do we agree to take the next watch? Alright, so I rustle Illian, my dear, and I'll tell you. It's your turn. I need some. My cup is empty, and so I must say bye-bye. But I saw something. I'll point out where I thought I saw something.
Okay. I grab my bow, sit there kind of cross-legged, put it in my lap, and pull my cloak around me to stay warm.
Yeah, so make me a perception check.
14.
14. So it's a little bit of a clearing, and the sky overhead. You can see the stars through the break in the canopy overhead. As the moon kind of breaks over the tops of the trees and starts to illuminate the clearing, you look over and you can actually, it's the offering, the deer that you left seems a little odd.
I'm going to go investigate.
You kind of go investigate it, and you can see that it's almost like it, even in just these few hours that it's been there, vines have covered the body. Or have started to cover the body.
That's so cool. I'm going to keep watching the body, but I'm going to leave it alone.
Okay. Yeah. And so it just seems that it's strange. You never actually catch anything moving. But if you ever look away or come back, it always seems that it's more covered and more covered until your watch comes to an end without incident.
Alright. I'm going to go wake Skwisgaar, because he's probably closest.
Yeah. 11.
Yeah, so your watch again, it's a very quiet night. It's a very comfortable night, actually, too. It's the temperature just seems very nice. There are a few insects making noises in the trees in and around. A nightingale seems to sing a little bit. And then, but nothing special happens during your watch. But as all of you have kind of taken your turns sleeping, each of you has a dream. You dream that it's a very, you're in, it's a dark space, but it's not a frighteningly dark space or an oppressively dark space. It's kind of a welcoming, almost. And as you dream that you are in this space, but you are also well aware that you are resting. You are at peace here. And as you kind of look over, in this space that seems to be a bit of a lighter island in the wider darkness, and in the center of this island of silvery light stands a woman with long, kind of reddish hair. No, not that one. Reddish hair and pointy ears, holding a bow. And throughout the night, it is as if she watches the darkness, bow at the ready. And when you wake up, you feel like you've never felt, you've never slept so peacefully. And that is where I think we will end this adventure.
You said woman. It's I was like,
sorry, there are lots of visions of women happening. It's not
so
that
many women. Like all these women just keep coming to me in my dreams. I don't see what it is.
Charge, your subconscious is talking to you.
Right. Well, thank you for playing. And thank you for watching online. If you're watching online, join us again next week. Same time, same place.